Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective. Express yourself.
Good morning, my neighbors.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM, 97.3.
On the God of Jacob, whose love endures through generations. I know that you will keep your covenant. I'm calling on the God of Moses, the one who opened up the ocean. To do the same thing for me, for me, for me. Oh God, my God, I need you. Oh God, my God, I need you now. How I need you now. Oh rock of ages, I'm standing on faithfulness, on your faithfulness. I'm calling on the God of Mary, whose favor rests upon the lowly. I know with you all things are possible. I'm calling on the God of David, who made a shepherd boy courageous. I may not face Goliath, but I've got my own giants. Oh God, my God, I need you. Oh God, my God, I need you now. How I need you now. Yes. Oh rock of ages, I'm standing on your faithfulness, on your faithfulness. Oh God, my God, I need you. Oh my God, I need you now. How I need you now. Yeah. Oh rock of ages, I'm standing on your faithfulness, on your faithfulness. It's your faithfulness I'm standing on. Never changes, never changes. You heard your children then, you hear your children now. You are the same God. You are the same God. You answered prayers back then, and you will answer now. You are the same God. You are the same God. You were providing then. You are providing now. You are the same. You are the same. Yeah. You moved in power then. God moved in power now. You are the same God. You are the same God. You are a healer then. You are
6:34 Citi Breakfast Show. Same God. Elevation worship on the Citi Breakfast Show Monday, the 16th of September. He is the same God who's with us on our side, strengthening us, empowering us, leading us, delivering us, blessing us, keeping us, guiding us, favoring us, healing us, delivering us, and receiving us. Starting the show with Business Sense with ADB, newspaper review, lots to talk about. The crusade against the wanton destruction of our water bodies and our farms and our lands and our futures continues unabated. All of that and more on the show this morning. How do you improve every day? How do you improve every day? There are many things you could do. I'm going to give you 2 things to do to improve every day. Number 1, don't be afraid to admit you were wrong. That's the beginning of improvement. Don't be afraid to admit you were wrong. Now, if you're never wrong, it means you never learn. if you're always right, it means you're probably just on a plateau. People who admit their wrongs are on the path to learning. So don't be afraid to admit you're wrong. A person who cannot accept they were wrong is not ready to learn. And those people are not ready to change.
How I need you.
Number 2,
How I need
you will never change your life until you change something you do daily.
you. Heard
So habits are the secret to real change. Form a new habit today.
children.
Rise up early, it's a good habit. Exercise, a good habit. Read the scripture, it's a good habit.
Are the same God. You and
Unclutter your life.
and you
Focus, make a list. All these are things you could do daily.
are the same
Daily writing of your top 3, your top 5, your top 7.
God.
It will help you make today better than yesterday was. Your future comes to you a day at a time. So admit you were wrong and change something you do daily.
You are the same.
Business Sense brought to you by ADB, the People's Bank. Call us on 0302210210. We'll help you with a better loan facility, reduce your interest rate, and increase your loan tenor. ADB, truly a Greek and more. We're starting with the newspaper review this morning. It's brought to you by Total. We have a 3-in-1 power Excellium. Cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. It has anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and detergent additives. It lowers your vehicle fuel consumption and reduces CO2 emissions. Every hour has a new challenge. Every day is a new chapter to keep dreams alive. Today, a tabletop owner. Tomorrow, a shopfront owner. Today, a student. Tomorrow, a bank manager. Today, an apprentice. Tomorrow, a master. And the list goes on. Whatever it is that you do to add value to this world, remember, your efforts are conspiring to make your plans happen. At Fidelity Bank, our purpose is to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. 6:38, time for the newspaper review segment. Godfred Akotoboafu is joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
And Nathan Kwaw is also here. Good morning, Nathan.
Hello. Good morning.
I hope you had a good weekend.
Well, these days you try and have a good weekend. That's all you do. You make the best out of it. So I made the best out of the weekend.
I was in the Eastern region on Friday with a team of people to Esum.
Yes, yes.
The town where the youth said they were tired of Galamsey.
What did you see?
I went for the inside story. And guys, you know, it's
It's nasty.
I don't know.
You didn't come back feeling like we'll make headway.
We have to continue what we are doing, because until if we don't keep it up, nothing will change.
Let me ask a question. It's hard. Did you support what? Do you support what the citizens did? In
Yes, I did, 100%.
Okay.
And what they did was spontaneous, and there were undercurrents that we went to find. But the truth is that in some communities, people are not happy with what is going on, and if they had a voice, they would make change. Sometimes we give voice only to the bad guys. We must also give voice to the good guys.
Were they in the majority?
We didn't do a census.
No, you know, we had a conversation about this last
we
week.
didn't do a census, but the truth is that there are people who don't want this to happen. And if we can use our platform to keep pushing it, something will change.
Okay.
By the way, today at 10 o'clock, we are launching a campaign on television.
Tell me about it.
Almost 30 groups have come to take a stand against illegal mining. It's a 6-hour program, back to back.
6 hours.
In Lakabu.
We are telling the president that what?
We are saying that stop Galamsey. Do something more concrete than you are
The
doing.
economy will collapse.
It will not. Nothing will happen.
Says the economy will
It will
collapse.
not. It's a lie. The
It says it's draconian.
the economy will not collapse.
It is draconian, Bernard.
What is more draconian than poisoning your own water and killing your own children? What can be more draconian than destroying people's livelihoods? What can be more draconian than making your gold, your cocoa, even unworthy for European market
Bernard,
to
I
buy?
put it to you that this morning you are misguided.
I put it to you that this morning you just want to have fun. you just want to be happy.
No, I'm just telling you what the system is saying. The system says you are misguided.
No problem. You'll be happy. Let's start with the headlines.
Front page, Bernard. Let me start from the Inquisitor front page of the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Illegal mining discourse questions over seized gold from Galamsey. And then 69 policemen commit suicide in 6 years. Wow. Galamsey chemicals can cause impotence, deformed babies. This is coming from Professor Paul Poku Sampene Osei. Baumia will promote agribusiness, smiling. He's laughing. Dr. Mato Poku Prempe is very happy. NDC's demo against EC is on tomorrow.
The Ghanaian Times says, combating illegal mining, stay away from Galamsey. Chinese ambassador admonishes compatriots. President inaugurates Jamestown Fishing Harbour in Accra. China earmarks $50 billion financial support for Africa in next 3 years. That's the outcome of the China-Africa Forum. And the latest ITU Global Cyber Security Index says Ghana ranked tier 1 in 2024. And if you go to the back page of the Ghanaian Times, some sports news: Lions devour hearts at Bando.
It was a bloody weekend for me.
And
Everywhere I lose.
Samatex draw with Raja and Sachaman lose to Constantine.
Front page of the Daily Guide, Jamestown Harbour comes alive. Let's talk. EC tells NDC, not street protest. And then focus clamp down on Chinese illegal miners. This is coming from Nana Okobing and Ponsan. That's Akobing Mining himself. We'll focus the clamp down on all illegal miners, not on just Chinese illegal miners. All illegal miners. That should be the message.
Okay.
The News Center says margins granted cybersecurity license for secure scalable identity solutions and services. YEA GIZ to upskill PWDs in fashion, provide them shops and markets. MPP sweepers intensify retail campaign. Girls $40 million bitumen plant inaugurated. And there's a question here: was NDC in bed with EC while in government? That's on page 14 of the paper.
The front page of the Republic Press is Sidun Ketia exposed as his earlier admission of EC's register cleaning reveals NDC's intention for burn in fire disaster. Very sad story. MPP endorses Amoa Kwensiama as Fomena parliamentary candidate. And then, this was my story of the weekend. Police church accountant jailed as he confesses blowing 40,000 Ghana cedis on Aviator. He gambled the money away.
All the problems of Ghana in one sentence.
Yeah, he gambled the money away. The Chavets.
The church accountant.
Yeah.
Did you win?
We'll find out the
later.
details.
Anyway, the Chronicle, anti-EC demo, social media backlash against NDC. You help African leaders to loot the continent, Ochinhene boldly tells Europe. YAGIZ agreed to empower PWDs. And Primpag enlightens journalists on fact-checking election reporting.
All right.
Front page of the Herald newspapers, Ghana's military chief angrily charges a senior officer of a coup allegation. 85 billion Ghana cedis paid a Kufado's relative for stadium renovations, but Mahama meets U.S. ambassador on EC ahead of tomorrow's demo.
If you go to the Informer's front page, down memory lane, Ghana's EC best in the world, Mahama boasted. Another stories provide further and better particulars. EC tells NDC, that's in relation to their complaints over the voters register. Baumia saves Keta Nursing and Midwifery College, and convicted Maslok boss cited to be extradited soon, Deputy AG reveals. And
All
finally, from me, the Daily Searchlight quickly. Sinking the Economy series, part 13 of ...
Baby.
Ghana's MDAs lost 2.4 billion cedis in 2023 to
Part
irregularities.
13 pa.
Yes, and in Wenchi, bad roads kill 5 pregnant women, 7 others in 5 years.
Channel 1 TV, Channel 1 News Online has a couple of stories here. Put Ghana first, don't politicize Galamsey fight. Napo tells Mahama. But Suhini says, address the nation on measures taken to curb Galamsey. This is Suhini to Akufo-Addo. So, 2 big stories on Galamsey. On the campaign trail, MPP cannot escape blame for running down Ghana's economy. This is Mahama. He also says, join our demo to demand accountability from EC. In other stories, COPEC predicts 4% drop in fuel prices starting September 16. Today, that's a good one. And this your accountant 2 years jail thing is on this website as well. Meanwhile, Judicial Service of Ghana provides update on anti-LGBTQ plus bill cases. If you go to citinewsroom.com, a few other stories there. Where are the roads? Mahama questions Akufo-Addo's 12,000 kilometer road construction claim. In other stories, cancel all prospective mining licenses now. Youth to government or youth group to government. A church youth group held a protest yesterday in a number of Presbyterian churches. Public health practitioners call for national agenda on Galamsey as well. And then Ghana's EC can still restore confidence in electoral process. This is Mohammed Ibn Chambers speaking there. If you go to Major Online, their lead story this morning, we are just ensuring a peaceful election process. Mahama defends NDC's protest against EC. Forestry Commission raised Galamsey camp and arrest 4 in Subri Forest Reserve. That's not bad. And then I will audit all new roads constructed by Akufo-Addo. Mahama speaking at a campaign. A few more stories. If you go to Class FM, they are leading with Napo labels Ashanti Region NDC voters as nation wreckers. And then Mahama's question on the 12,000 kilometer roads is also here. Star FM as well. If you go to their front page this morning, they are leading with Mahama Grace MPP government F on economic management. All right, let's get into some details, gentlemen.
Start from some Galamsey stories.
Yes.
There's so many of them. So I'm going to bring you to Channel 1 News. There are 2 that I want to bring to you. The vice presidential candidate of the MPP has been speaking and is criticizing the opposition leader of politicizing the Galamsey fight. Napo says he has called on NDC flag badge on Mahama to desist from playing politics with the issue of illegal mining, known in Ghanaian parlance as Galamsey. According to Dr. Prempe, the former Ghanaian leader's utterances on the matter, past and present, smacks of an individual seeking to profit from the menace politically without putting the interests of the country first. He made this call when he addressed the 13th Biennial Conference of the 40th anniversary of the Methodist Men's Fellowship as guest of honor on Saturday. Now, still on Galamsey, the chairman or the member of Parliament for Tamale North, who is also the ranking member on the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, Alasan Suhini, has called on the president to address the nation on the state of illegal mining in Ghana. The ranking member said in a statement that President Akufo-Addo must address the nation on the immediate and decisive actions to be taken to address these illegal activities. I'll give you a few more stories. If you go to Major Online, Forestry Commission raids a Galamsey camp and arrest 4 in the Subri River, or Subri Forest Reserve rather. So it says the Forestry Commission's rapid response team has raided an illegal mining camp in the Subri Forest Reserve near Benso in the Western region, arresting 4 armed miners. The suspects, all Ghanaians, were found in a globally significant biodiversity area of the forest. During the operation, the team seized 5 pump action guns, 77 rounds of ammunition, and burnt 3 excavators. Now, if you go to a few more stories on Galamsey, youth group says cancel all prospective mining licenses now. The Youth in Natural Resources and Environmental Governance platform has joined the calls for a ban on all illegal mining activities called Galamsey. In a statement dated Monday, September 16, the youth group urged the government to cancel all prospective mining contracts and licenses until a solution for the Galamsey menace is found or reached. There are a lot more comments like this on the front pages.
If you go to page 13 of the Ghanaian Times, the Chinese ambassador is here. And he's telling Chinese people here not to be involved in Galamsey. And he's also asked the Ghanaian government to deal with Chinese who engage themselves in Galamsey to serve as a deterrent to others who may want to do so.
Let me give you a last one. Congregants of the Gethsemane Presby Church and other churches, so these are youth, they staged you can call it a small protest against Galamsey on Sunday morning. There were about 3 churches we visited. So congregants of the Gethsemane Presby Church in Achimota, the youth from the Young People's Guild protested the illegal mining known as Galamsey, dressed in red attire and holding placards that showed their dissatisfaction about the environmental destruction caused by Galamsey. They called on the country to address illegal mining, which has resulted in widespread environmental degradation of livelihoods.
Focus clamp down on Chinese legal miners is the big story on page 6 of the Daily Guide. This coming from the CEO of Okobing Mining Company, Nana Okobing Ampons, and he has called on the government to redirect its efforts in the clamp down on illegal mining. Speaking to the Daily Guide in Accra, Nana Ampons emphasized that the government's focus should shift from targeting Ghanaian small-scale miners to tackling the influx of Chinese illegal miners operating in the country. Let's do some politics, Bernard. A lot of the EC versus NDC. The stories everywhere. Take it to the front page of the Republic Press and the Daily Guide. The Republic Press on page 3, the Daily Guide on page 3 says, let's talk. EC tells NDC, no street protest. The Electoral Commission has called on the opposition NDC to submit data on discrepancies they have identified in the voters register to enable a thorough investigation and resolution. This comes after the NDC threatened to demonstrate over alleged flaws in the register on September 17, 2024. That's today. That's tomorrow, actually. The EC believes that dialogue, no demonstrations, is the surest way to achieve a credible and robust register. On the front page of the Republic Press says that the Sidun Ketia has been exposed as his earlier admission of EC's register cleaning reveals NDC's intentions.
Meanwhile, Mama is asking Ghanaians to join the demo to demand accountability from the EC. Channel 1 News is reporting that former President Mahama has urged party supporters and the general public to participate in the party's planned nationwide demonstration against the EC on Tuesday. During a meal rally at Amanfro Park in Gas South as part of the Greater Accra Regional Tour, Mahama emphasized the need to pressurize the EC to ensure transparency in the upcoming election. Meanwhile, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambas has also been speaking about the EC, and this is on citinewsroom.com. Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambas, who is the AU High Rep for silencing the guns, has urged Ghana's Electoral Commission to take immediate action to restore the trust of stakeholders ahead of the upcoming election. His call follows concerns raised by the opposition NDC and other groups over irregularities in the voter register, among other issues. Nathan.
Okay, if you go to the Chronicle is here. Since we are talking politics, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, or Napo as he's popularly called, has been talking about Dr. Baumia, and he says Dr. Baumia will promote agri-business. Well, I'm trying to... Anyway, so that's all part of the campaign.
Okay.
And if you go to the Ashanti region, though, the Ashanti Regional Coordinator for the District Road Improvement Program, DRIP, Mr. Kwabna Century, has urged the electorate who benefits from the DRIP initiative to vote for the NPP in December.
Still on politics, Mahama is asking where are the 12,000 kilometers of roads. So this is from his campaign in the Greater Accra region. He questioned the Akufo-Addo administration's claim of constructing over 12,000 kilometers of roads across the country, cited lack of visible evidence to support the government's assertion. He was speaking about Tiano Glacier Manfro in the Greater Accra region. Okay,
so just back to the Napo thing, of course, highlighting Dr. Baumia's credentials in terms of the economy and agro-business. He was speaking at KJG in Sini East in the Bono East region as part of his campaign, and he hinted that agribusiness under Baumia presidency will certainly flourish.
I'll take you to the Herald newspaper, and they have an interesting editorial today on page 3. Another interministerial committee on Galamsey? No. Is the editorial, so you can get that and read. But on page 4 of the paper, the Member of Parliament for North Tongue in the Volta region has published documents revealing that colossal amounts of taxpayer funds in excess of 85 million Ghana cedis were released to companies owned by President Akufo-Addo's family to rehabilitate 3 national sports stadia in recent years. Yet Ghana has been banned from playing on any of the country's football venues. So you can check that story. And then on page 3 of the Republic Press, Bernard, an Adentown court has sentenced a 32-year-old pastor and a 32-year-old pastor and accountant, Edward Unicorn, to 2 years in prison for stealing 40,000 Ghana cedis from the Ghana Police Church. Unicorn, who pleaded guilty with an explanation, confessed to using the funds to wager bets on an online gaming platform called Aviator. He claimed to have been addicted to the game and had sought medical help, but failed to follow through. According to the prosecution led by Chief Inspector Enim Dakun, Unicorn worked as the church accountant and was entrusted with managing finances. However, he misappropriated the funds, leaving the church with significant financial
I
losses.
commend the church for taking it up to the court. Sometimes they would have said, let's just deal with this on the quiet because it may bring disgrace to the church. But we need to allow the laws to work. and we need to throw light on ourselves. So, but he lost all the money,
Yeah, Charlie.
and he admitted.
Yes.
Yes, he says he has a gambling problem.
So the question is, apart from jailing him, did the court come up with any plan for rehabilitating him?
So he's sentenced to 2 years, additional penalties, pay 5,000. He's supposed to return 2,775 cedis to the Ghana police.
No,
But you see,
my question
Bernard,
is,
if you go
the
to
guy
the story,
says he has an addiction
yes,
to
the
gambling,
story did detail that I think his brother realized he had a problem, and then recommended a psychologist.
He didn't go.
But he did not
My
go.
point is that the criminal justice system is true. He's done the offense. He must go to prison. But when he comes back, what will he become?
But when he goes there,
Maybe there should be a plan.
There should be a
There has to be.
And you can't stick bets in prison, can you?
Anyway, talking
In
about
Ghana, these days,
Anything is possible.
you can never tell.
people in the grips of the law, the Informer newspaper is saying that convicted Maslock was cited. Now, Deputy Attorney General Alfred Yeboah has revealed the whereabouts of the convicted former CEO of Maslock, Sedna Tamakula Tionu, ensuring that she would soon be extradited to Ghana to face a jail term. Now, he was speaking on Sumpa FM, and the deputy AG disclosed that Sedna Ationu Tamakula's movement had been tracked, and she was currently residing in the US, having earlier gone to the UK.
Interesting one. The Judicial Service has addressed recent media reports regarding a planned protest by sponsors of the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values bill. Now, the protest dubbed the Family Values March was scheduled for September 17 and aimed at the CJ. The protest was announced by MP for Ningo what's his name, Samuel George, who is one of the bill sponsors, and expressed frustration over the decision on July 17 to defer ruling on an interlocutory injunction that sought to prevent the Parliament from transmitting the bill to the President. Now, in response, the Judicial Service has provided an update on the two constitutional cases, and according to them, they are basically saying that the delays are not from their side. Now, the Judicial Service clarified that the delay in hearing the case is due to procedural requirements. Specifically, the defendants in both cases have not yet filed their statement of case, which are necessary for the trial to proceed. The Judicial Service assured the public that the registries of the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and High Court remain open to receive all the necessary filings, and that the judiciary is prepared to adjudicate any matter ready for hearing. Let's do some sports.
Yes, Samatex and Insuachaman, they are on an African adventure. For Samatex, they drew 2-2 with Raja Casablanca yesterday at their Accra Sports Stadium. But Insuachaman, they were not that lucky. They lost 2-0 to CS Constantine of Algeria. They lost on Friday at the same venue. And Hearts are winless in 2.
Charlie,
they were beaten 2-0 by Pando Hearts of
Hearts
Lions
lost,
yesterday.
Liverpool lost. Somebody tried to shoot at Trump at a rally, at a Trump rally, and this is making the news globally. Trump rushed to safety and suspect held after a man spotted with rifle. Media reports all over. Former President Donald Trump is safe following an apparent assassination attempt at his Florida golf course on Sunday afternoon.
Mar-a-Lago.
And the potential suspect is in custody, U.S. authorities have confirmed. Secret Service agents spotted the barrel of a rifle poking through some bushes and opened fire at him. Officials said the FBI said Trump was between 275 and 455 meters away at the time. Wow. A witness reported seeing the suspect, who had been named by U.S. media as Ryan Ruth, emerging from some bushes and jumping into a black Nissan car after the agent had fired at him a number of times. Because that country, if something goes wrong, all of us will suffer.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. The go-go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie, today the matter will catch me. I received urgent order from my online store. Customer wants 10 pieces sharp. Hey, Mama Wahala be delivery. Stress so me too. I no get order in weeks. So then I make slow. Charlie, I decide to deliver this thing myself. Quiet. I was willing to trust my small tired car like that. But boy, I no even leave my area where the whole place full of snow. Engine kaput, Pascal. As the boys they help me push the car off the road, where I look up and raise my head, where I see for Fidelity Bank billboard top. This too just be chapter. Ebefampa. Then Norma Vim come. Listen, I dog the sadness and find Okada fast. I deliver all the goods, collected my money, and even got referrals from this customer. Ebefampa. At Fidelity Bank, we believe you can achieve your dreams. Believe with us. Ebefa.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Goyle and MTN Access Bank. Ashikasis has the details. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers COPEC project fuel prices to further drop beginning today. Also coming up, after missing its target for 9 consecutive weeks, government surpasses its treasury bill target, recording a 2.34% oversubscription. And later, General Transport, Petroleum, Chemical and Workers Union accused board of Tema Oil Refinery of lack of transparency in selecting a strategic partner to revitalize the refinery's operations. We settle for the details of our stories now. The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers COPEC is projecting further declines in fuel prices in the second window of September, which commences today. According to COPEC, the average reduction across petrol, diesel and LPG is expected to be approximately 4%, providing relief to consumers amid continuing declines in prices of refined petroleum products on the international market and the relative favorable performance of the city against the preceding pricing window. Duncan Amwa is the Executive Secretary of COPEC and he's been speaking with Citi Business News.
Effective Tuesday, which is the 17th day, you are likely to see a lot of the pumps adjusting downwards by averages of 4 to 5% for all products. If you have a situation where current mean price is above 13, with this reduction expected, you could see prices drop to around 12.9. But for the market leaders who are quoting around 14.16 for a liter, you are likely to come down to about 13.4, 13.5 a liter for petrol, whilst diesel could be a bit higher than what you are seeing, because that is even higher per the current window, around 14.4. That could also come to about 13.6, 13.7. Thereabout.
Duncan Amwa further called on the government to take drastic measures to reduce taxes on fuel products to further aid reduction in fuel prices.
Anytime prices of petroleum products are to go down, then we insert some new taxes or increase existing taxes and levies. We've done that one too many a time. That practice ought to stop forthwith so that we do not force the Ghanaian to pay above their income brackets for fuel. If you input taxes when you and I are supposed to get 4 or 5% reductions and you put in taxes, when the price curve reverses and it's supposed to go up 4, 5, 10%, those taxes will now come to bite all of us. So we are calling for a certain discipline in our fiscal regime to ensure that our finance ministers, and for that matter, those tasked with raising revenue, do not always find the lowest hanging fruit with petroleum products.
Duncan Amwa is the Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers COPEC. Moving on, after missing its target for 9 consecutive weeks, the government surpassed its Treasury bill market target after it recorded a 2.34% oversubscription at last week's money market auction. Here's more.
This comes as the latest auction results from the central bank shows that government surpassed its treasury bill auction target by 129 million Ghana cedis last week. Per the data, government secured 5.5 billion Ghana cedis of its short-term instruments against a target of 5.4 billion Ghana cedis. For many analysts, the development is driven by the robust investor demand and rising yields on short-term debt instruments. All 4.6 billion Ghana cedis and 594 million Ghana cedis from investors tendered for the 91-day and the 182-day bills was successfully accepted. For the 364-day bill, the government accepted all the bids tendered worth 245 million Ghana cedis. Yields on the bills went up marginally, with interest rates averaging between 24 and 28%. With the 91-day bill rising by 0.01% and the 182-day bill increasing by 0.02% to 26.8%, and the 364-day bill seeing the most significant uptick of 0.16% to 28%. The Treasury is set to increase its borrowing target to 5.8 billion Ghana cedis in the next T-bill auction.
That was a Business Desk report. We move on to the General Transport, Petroleum, Chemical and Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, TUC, who is accusing the board of the Tema Oil Refinery Tour of lacking transparency in its efforts to select a strategic partner to revitalize the refinery's operations. This accusation comes just days before a 90-day deadline to identify a strategic partner. In an interview with Citi Business News, the national chairman of the union, Bernard Owusu, urged the board to provide a public update on the status of the search.
Around July, management of Thor, the board, requested for some investors to bring in their expertise to revamp the Thor. And as we speak, we are told that the board subcommittee and the board, they have sort of shortlisted some companies, and we don't know what is in there. So probably we are asking maybe management or the board to tell the public what they have been able to do. Because as we speak now, everything that they have done is in the opaque. What I mean is that whatever they've done, it is shredded in secrecy.
You heard the national chairman of the General Transport, Petroleum, Chemical and Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, Bernard Owusu, speaking there. Now, in less than a week, corporate Ghana will assemble for the biggest sporting competition in the country as businesses take time away from work to engage in fierce competition, team building and networking. The countdown is still on for the 2024 edition of the Business Olympics with just a few days more to that biggest corporate gathering, we zoom into the existing activities from last year. The 2024 Business Olympics, organized by Citi FM and Channel One TV, is the largest sporting event among corporate institutions. The much-anticipated event is set to kick off on Saturday, September 28, 2024, at the Eden Heights Sports Complex in Accra. Last year, participants competed in a tall list of activities including lime and spoon, sack race, arm wrestling, tug of war, basketball, seven-a-side football, ludo, chess, owari, and wrestling. In our bid up to the event, we bring you exciting highlights from last year's edition.
We are here to take the cup. We are not joking. This is going to be our third win.
This is a competition, so you have to use strategies and you have to use mind game to win. But he's a very good player. But in the end, the master strategician wins. This is a chess game, of course.
We dominate the market. We win everything. Looking at the kind of job we do, if you don't engage yourself in sporting activities, you realize that we get old, we fall sick, we die.
Ultimate CEO.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel so elated. I feel so. I'm going to keep this award for the next 5 years. What is going to happen every year when we come here, I'm going to win this award. So the next 5 years, then I'll release this award.
He says, everything we want to do, we put our all in it. We put all our effort and energies into it. And so we planned, we came, we saw, and we conquered. GCB is resilient everywhere. GCB!
The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemists Limited. Now, on the Forex market today, the dollar could be sold to you at 15 cedis 50 pesos and the British pound at 20 cedis 64 pesos and the euro at 17 cedis 40 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for spending your time with me. Do have a great business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Joy,
Hey, is that Cuckoo? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh!
Ah, Evipa. Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kakra, investment kakra, at the Momo arm.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
7:13 Citi Breakfast Show. Citi Business News brought to you by Goil. Good Energy brings you Goil Super XP, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits.
I know.
It's fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your vehicle, makes your engine perform to the max using minimum fuel, and suitable for most vehicles. Goil Super XP. Yeah, dear. Segment also brought to you by MTN. Can you believe it's been 15 years since MTN Momo was launched in Ghana? Yeah. That's why the Momo at 50 Rewards is here with amazing cash prizes to say thank you. Send Momo to an MTN Momo user or make payments to an MTN Momo merchant at no cost whatsoever, only on MTN. Download my Momo app on your phone, keep transacting and win some cash. There's 450,000 cedis up for grabs for 165 lucky winners. You can be one of them too. This offer runs from now till November.
So you they chase my boo. Make sure say you no kufu.
Kickoff is next with Mr. Gwena. And we're all coming on board Polytank. Today money is difficult to come by, and that's why it's even more important that you buy trusted and time-tested brands that the majority endorse when making a purchase. When it comes to water storage tanks in Ghana, the name we all know is Polytank. It's been with us for over 30 years and been trusted by all these generations. So go for guaranteed quality. Choose Polytank. Polytank near Papa Nuni. By the way, Polytank does not request for Momo payment online. Beware of fraudsters. Segment is also brought to us by Zonda Ghana Limited, your one-stop shop for quality trucks, Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, and more. All assembled here in Ghana. We don't only create opportunity and empower people, we provide top-notch after-sales service for all your heavy and light-duty trucks. We have 7 branches around the country. Locate our head office off the Tema Flower Road, close to the Free Zones Enclave. Call 0501 772 222. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Bellamari, they're trying to double up into the area of Samatex. A chance for Raja. Can they get the equalizer? And what a beautiful finish. Raja are back in business. Mohamed Mulak Suit brings Raja back on level pegging. It's Samatex 2, Raja 2.
All right, Samatex left with plenty of work to do in the second leg in Morocco following a 2-0 draw at the Accra Sports Stadium. We'll get to hear from Raja Casablanca's head coach, who was not too impressed with the playing surface at the Accra Sports Stadium. Elsewhere at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, this happened.
Nice float on that, and Gabriel scores for Arsenal.
All right, so Gabriel Magalhaes headed Arsenal to a 1-0 win at Tottenham as the Gunners overcame the absence of key midfielders Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard to extend their North London derby dominance. More from the Premier League, and then we check out some Formula 1 action.
The Oscar goes to the top step of the podium. Oscar Piastri wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and it will be a sequel to celebrate. The Australian is a Grand Prix winner for the second time.
And so another weekend of drama in Baku, where Oscar Piastri claimed his second career win of the season, edging out Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. All of that coming up in the next couple of minutes. My name is Gabi Ofen. We start off from the CAF Interclub competitions. First in the CAF Champions League, and FC Samatex were held to a 2-0 draw by Moroccan giants Raja Casablanca in the first leg of the CAF Champions League second round matchup at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday. Now Raja started strongly, taking the lead in the 20th minute through a well-placed effort from Mohamed Azrida, and Samatex responded in the 37 minutes when Francis Jitua gave them the equalizer. Well, just before halftime, Michael Lefson put Samatex in front with a 2-1 lead at the break, and then the Moroccans drew level again in the 63rd minute. Well, after the game, Raja Casablanca's head coach Rasmus Veko was not too impressed with the playing surface at the Accra Sports Stadium.
No, I must not be happy. I'm not happy. I'm happy because we don't lose the game. But normal, we must win this game. Of this field where we play, it's not possible to play. But how we play today, I say congratulations. That is big win for my team. And because of that, I'm proud of this young. How he play and where we play of this field, very difficult, very difficult.
Many chances for Samatex. They also were unlucky sometimes.
Sometimes. That is the football. I say thank you very much to Ghana. Thank you very much for these people. And special thanks for our supporter who coming with us here. Thank you very much, and see you inshallah in Casablanca, in Morocco.
All right, so the second leg is on. It's Raja Casablanca taking on Samatex 1996 later this weekend. Let's also hear from Nuruddin Amadou. He's the head coach for Samatex 1996.
I'm not a happy person, but I think that we didn't disgrace ourselves. But it's like the equalizer during the second half, it's like we just dish it out to them. and that is small from we didn't defend well in that situation.
You had so many chances in this game to have won comfortably. What happened?
Yeah, that is we were wasteful in front of goal, and I think that caused. We are aware that when you make minor mistakes, they punish you for that. So, but all not said, we are going to fight back. Now we have seen them. I've seen how they play, so I'll also see how I'll strategize to go there. They are using some antics and all those things. So we'll see how we can be very, very resilient and then fight. We have to imbue in the boys fighting spirit, and then so that we can go and fight them.
Can Samatex cause one of the biggest upsets in African football?
It's a possibility.
Nurudeen Amadou is head coach for Samatex 1996. Well, on Friday in the CAF Comfort Cup, Insorchaman failed to take advantage in their home game, losing to Algerian side CS Constantine by 2-0 at the Accra Sports Stadium. In the Ghana Premier League, Accra Hearts of Oak lost again, this time to Hearts of Lions at the Kwando Sports Stadium. Bashir Hayford side were 2-0 winners over the Phobians. Young Apostles held Nations FC to a goalless draw. Basake Holy Stars also played out a goalless draw with Dreams FC. Brecon Chelsea beat Carolina United by 1-0. Bechem United v Diana also played out a goalless draw. Mediaman Sporting Club beat Legon Cities at the Legon Stadium on Saturday, and it was Mediaman's second win of the season. But again, the talking point was the playing surface of the Legon Sports Stadium.
Look, this stadium, everything where you are looking, it is excellent, but the ground is not perfect. This is something what people must understand and give support for players, because one very simple question, ask Japazu, ask players, when they are playing, always grass, slowing down ball. They will move tomorrow in Europe, and when the ball is starting, they will be confused because ball will go very, very fast. This is something what I'm talking. We must give support to our players from every side.
All right, and the boy Jacques Capo is Mediamar Sporting Club's head coach, not too impressed with the playing surface of the Legon Sports Stadium. Well, Coach Otuado was at the Legon Stadium for that game involving Legon City's Mediamar Sporting Club, and he spoke about the competitiveness of the GPL.
I don't have a comparison. So this is my, first season. At the end of the last season, I watched a little bit of videos. It was okay in general. I think it's picking up. It's getting more interesting. And we have to see. I think it's early. It's now early. Let's watch the season and watch how the players perform. I think the performance in general is going up. When I have the comparison from 2 years ago, then it has improved.
All right, so Coach Otuado says the GPL has improved. He's the Black Stars head coach. Well, later today at the Warfare Park, Accra Lions will take on Vision FC at 3 p.m. in the Ghana Premier League match day 2. Well, we head to Europe, and hearing into Manchester City's 115 charges for the alleged breaches of the Premier League's financial rules begins today. Well, City were charged and referred to an independent commission in February 2023. Following a 4-year investigation, it is alleged City breached its financial rules between 2009 and 2018. So we keep in tabs on that verdict later today. On the pitch, Manchester City beat Brentford by 2-1 at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday. Erling Haaland grabbed his 9th goal of the season. Nottingham Forest stunned Liverpool to record the first victory at Anfield since 1969, and it was down to Callum Hudson-Odoi strike handing Arne Slot his first defeat as Liverpool manager. At the Vitality Stadium, a late strike from substitute Christopher Nkunku and Chelsea a narrow 1-0 win over Bournemouth. And then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it was Gabriel Magalhaes. A header was the difference in the 65th Premier League North London derby as Arsenal came out to 1-0 victors over Tottenham Hotspur. Here's Arsenal's Jurgen Timber after the game.
A lot, but it's not only set pieces, to be honest. That's every detail we train on the training ground. So it just pays off. So as you can see, what you said, 22 last year. Yeah, that's a lot. That says a lot about how we train. So that's really good.
And was the game next week against Manchester City in the back of your minds that you have to come here, maybe get the 3 points, not to have a big gap with Manchester City, who started brilliantly for 12 points from 4 games?
I think the focus is on ourselves,
And so that's Arsenal's Jurgen Timber after the 1-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur in the North London derby played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday. Well, the final game on Sunday was at the Molineux, and Fabian Schär and Harvey Barnes struck a pair of brilliant goals as Newcastle United came from behind to defeat Wolves 2-1 and extend the unbeaten start to the Premier League season. 3 wins and a draw for the Magpies. So let's finish off. We finish off with La Liga, and Barcelona extended their lead at the top of the table and in a 3-game winless head-to-head run with a 4-1 victory over Girona in the Catalan derby. Atletico Madrid cruised to a straight unbeaten La Liga outing this season by dispatching Valencia 3-0 at the Wanda Metropolitano. Wrapping up with Formula 1, and Oscar Piastri delivered a cool performance on and off the track on Sunday after his measured drive to win a tense and dramatic Azerbaijan Grand Prix lifted McLaren past Red Bull in the race for the Constructors Championship. So that's what happened in Baku over the weekend. And that's your sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X, also known as Twitter, at City Sports GH. We'll be back later at 5 p.m. with Sport Flash and the Traffic Avenue. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Shell, Lecheho, Zonda GH, and Polytank Ghana. My name is Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see no, he go buy motorbike too.
But you know, Cisse, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know, they maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Wait, no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, but wait, where you dey go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I dey go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey.
Visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded a deal, but the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, Pua pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Pua pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
The health and nutrition segment is next and is proudly brought to you by Sankofa Natural Spices.
Welcome back to Health Secrets with me, Dr. Simi, brought to you by Sankofa Natural Spices. Today we look at migraines. Migraines are a type of headaches that can occur globally, that is involving the whole of the head or a part of the head. They may also be a sign of danger. When migraines are associated with some signs or symptoms, you should rush to the nearest health facility. Some of these include paralysis of any part of the body, that is a weakness of any part of the body. This may be a sign of stroke, dizziness, protracted vomiting, high temperature or high fever. Garlic and ginger can help to alleviate migraines and prevent development of some chronic conditions.
Choose Sankofa ginger and garlic spices.
The health and nutrition segment was brought to you by Sankofa Natural Spices.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This one day give and take. Your friend who good exchange. Puma Gasaba, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey, this one day give and take. Your friend who good exchange. Puma Gasaba, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey, take empty from get full. All we knew, no more stress. Good exchange with Puma Gas. This one be good exchange. Say bye bye to firewood and coal and your health challenge. Good exchange with Puma Gas. This one there give and take. Your friend who good exchange. Puma Gas, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey, this one there give and take. Your friend who good exchange. Puma Gas, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey.
Beyond every boardroom is a story waiting to be written. A story of a business and its potential, of a community that thrives, a hospital that serves, and energy that powers millions of dreams. It's a story that only gets better with a partner that has the expertise and solutions to make it a reality. At Absa Corporate and Investment Banking, we are invested in your story, and we invite you to write it with us because your story matters. Absa. Authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This is a special security announcement. Trelledo, Africa's strongest burglar proofing, announces big discounts on all sliding security barriers, roller shutters, and clear guards to protect homes and offices from criminals. Trelledo is fighting rising prices by offering big savings and lower prices. Be safe, secure your premises. Google Trelledo or call 0561 24 24 24. Trelledo, Africa's strongest burglar proofing.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with Omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent, Omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean Omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omni Basic.
At your service.
With the recent increase in electricity tariffs and fuel prices, power, although unreliable, has become expensive, and owning a noisy generator becomes a headache rather than luxury. For an affordable and durable electricity solution, you need to go solar with Translight. Feel the independence, experience the comfort, and be productive. Translight Solar. Wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight. Think solar. Think Translight. Locate us at 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, in between ARS and the American House at the White House bus stop. Visit our website at translightsolar.com. Call us on 0504 249 229 or 0206 542 454 or reach us through email info@translightsolar.com.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.9.
Rally round the flag. Rally round the red, gold, black and green. Rally round the red, gold, black and green. Marcus say, so Marcus say, red for the blood, flowed like the river. Marcus say, so Marcus say, green for the land, Africa. Marcus say, yellow for the gold that they stole. So Marcus say, black for the people it looted from. That took us away, captivity, captivity. Required from us a song. Right now, man say repatriate, repatriate. Ionized patients have now long time gone. Fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, everyone. 400 million strong. Ethiopia stretch forth her hands. Closer to God, we Africans. Closer to God, we Africans. Closer to God, we can. In our hearts is Mount Zion. Now you know. Seek the lion. Our hearts is Mount Zion. Now you know. Now you know. How can we sing in a strange land? Sing in a strange land. Don't want to sing in a strange land. Sing in a strange land. Liberation, true democracy. One God, one aim, one destiny. Rally round the red for the blood that flowed like the river.
7:38, rallying around the red, gold, black, and green.
For the land, Africa. Rally round the yellow.
And that's what we're doing with all the campaign, all the airtime, all the noise.
Rally round we
Not every noise is bad. There can be good noise.
remember when we used to dress like kings. Conqueror of land.
The media, civil society, religious groups,
Civilization for me from
organized labor, business associations, research institutions coming together to say, stop galamsey now.
sing in a strange land.
This is a very important moment in the history of the country. Those who believe the right thing ought to be done, those who want to stand for right, must work together
True democracy.
to ensure the government takes the necessary action to ban mining in all forms place a temporary ban to ensure that the wanton destruction, the ripping of our natural resources is stopped. Very soon the food you eat, you have to question the source. Chemicals in the land getting into our waters, getting into our food. So more on this on the show today, but let me just give you a couple of quick announcements, and then we'll jump into some discussion.
400 million strong, Ethiopia stretch forth her hands, closer to God we Africans.
All right, so let's do a few quick birthday requests. Nathan, if you can help me this morning.
All right, this one that says happy birthday to Stella Na Utubwa of St. Carol Nursing Training School at Weja. As you add 1 year to your age today, may the good Lord strengthen you and give you more money. That's from Joe the Joe. This one says happy birthday to Cecilia Dute of the Financial Advisory Department of Deloitte, from your country managing partner Daniel Kojo Obusu. A blessed 40th birthday to Agatha Esi Triba Fedu. On this special day of yours, I wish you all the blessings that God has in store for you, from Joe Mama and Kay. And this one says belated happy birthday to Mr. John Tete Akwe. Your best years are ahead. Have a great year from Emos and the entire family. Happy golden birthday to Odisha Nana Menukre Kisiedu, president of Adishe 9294, from the executives and members of Adishe 9294. And happy birthday to Hajia Zainab Salifu of the Lands Commission in Accra.
Happy 6th wedding anniversary and a joyous birthday to my beautiful wife, Mrs. Ekuya Tenewantre. You are the light of my life, and I'm so blessed to walk this journey with you. May God continue to grant you all your heart desires. We're beyond grateful for you. Coming in from your husband, Emmanuel Intre of Access Pensions Trust, and your sons and daughter. Happy 6th wedding anniversary, Mrs. Ekuya Tenewa Intre. And
how can we sing in a strange land?
a happy birthday request coming in
Sing in a strange land.
to a beautiful daughter, Joel Boachi Dankwa. May the heavens smile on you and usher you into greatness. From your parents, Jerry and Dorothy Boachi Dankwa, and your siblings, Jessica and Jerry. Joel Boachi Dankwa, happy birthday to you.
Rally round the red, gold, black and green. Rally round the red, gold, black and green.
All right, happy birthday to Mavis Koklu Afote of Snits, Legon Branch. The message is coming from her husband. The message is, you are such a fantastic wife who constantly amazes me with strength, grace, and humor. From Kwejo of East Legon Hills, and from their 2 children, Asida and Papa Kofi. This one says, kindly help me wish happy birthday to my best friend, Efriye Zarina Kwening of Inshurama Montessori School at Kiseman.
Are you in the final year of high school? Are you a graduate or student with big dreams or studying abroad? IDP Education Ghana is giving you the chance of a lifetime. Transform your academic aspirations and career ambitions with the IDP Study World Expo. Meet with reps from over 50 top universities in Canada, the US, Australia, and the UK for free. It's at Mevin Pick Ambassador Hotel, 12th October, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 059-601-2360 or go to idp.com for more information. Still on education at Ashesi, there's a lot of opportunity to start your own business, launch your career, embark on advanced studies within 6 months of graduation. Whether it's Accra, Nairobi, London, New York, or Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers everywhere. Regardless of what you choose to study, an Ashesi education gives you a strong foundation for life. So go to ashesi.edu.gh to learn more about the Ashesi advantage. Admissions are going on at Ashesi. Get in touch now. And SG Visa cards are your best option as your companion for whatever you do, whether you're shopping online, whether you're going to a restaurant to eat, or whether you're buying fuel. The SG Visa card is your best option to make payments for goods and services possible. Enjoy a lot of amazing opportunities with the SG Visa card. Call 0302214314. SG Ghana, the future is you. And when you insist on quality, every choice matters. Bell Pack Paper Tissue offers you the softness and strength you need for every occasion. From tea rolls and kitchen towels to pocket and facial tissues, Bell Pack's got you covered. Make the switch today. Call 055-114-4400 for bulk distribution. Bell Pack Tissue, another quality product from Bell Aqua.
Now, your living room deserves class, warmth, and memory for your friends and family who come to visit. That's why Ash Foam is giving you a great range of sofas and couches to fit in every corner and space in your living room or balcony. Get in touch with Ash Foam on 0559-027-907 or visit any of their showrooms in all the big malls and other locations around you. Be an Ash Foamer now. Ash Foam, feel it. No way. Zenith Bank is celebrating 19 years of financial innovation and excellence, and they are thanking all their customers for their loyalty and support and trust. They are inviting everybody to the Zenith Health Walk on Saturday, the 21st of September, as they mark their 19th birthday. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now, you work hard, you want to go on a great retirement, simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. Speak to Old Mutual today, 050-453-4333 or dial star 789 star 01 hash to request a call. Old Mutual do great things every day. Now, did you know that more than 65% of households in Ghana use harmful sources of energy for cooking every day? Well, you now have a choice to switch to gas. Puma Gas is here and they want to replace those unhealthy practices. Introducing the Puma Gas Cylinder Exchange Program, designed to align with the Ministry of Energy and the MPA cylinder recirculation model. So just take that old rusty cylinder, go to a Puma Gas, get it exchanged and get a new cylinder so you can enjoy the benefits of gas. Because with Puma Gas, a good exchange.
All right, so gentlemen, this morning we are launching a campaign, or not necessarily launching. We're basically doing a 6-hour non-stop coverage of Galamsey on television from 10 to 4 p.m. or as long as we can do it. Because, you know, last week we were asking people to send statements about Galamsey, which statement they've sent. But the truth is that to sustain pressure on the government, we've had to use our airtime to put the statements out in their entirety. So over the weekend we got, and this morning you are going to get people coming in to read those statements out while we show the effects. Now, no matter how tired you are of the Galamsey story, when you see a news item showing you water or land that's destroyed, you will definitely be affected by it. So we're going to use our airtime to do this. On Friday, I went with a team to the Eastern region.
I have questions.
To look at Galamsey. Yeah.
I have questions for you. So
I'm ready for you.
Yes, let's flip the script a bit today. I'll ask you questions. Yeah. So where did you go?
So we took a 3.5-hour drive from Accra through Nsawam, through Asamankese, through, in fact, if I even mention the towns we went through Akwetia, through Kede, to a town called Esuom.
Nice place.
Esuom. Because, why did you go to Esuom? Because I think last 2 weeks, there was a story about the youth chasing miners out of the country and confiscating the equipment. So we wanted to find out what's really going on, what happened there.
Esuom used to be the home of a very famous Premier League team, Kwabi
Brame.
Which is interesting because Kede is the capital of the Kwabi Brame district, of which Esuom is one town close to Kede.
Oh, okay.
And apparently Kwae is the word for forest.
Yes.
I have not seen as many palm trees in my life as I saw on this drive.
And what about these two?
Look, you cross many bridges.
Okay.
So, by the way, all the waters were brown. All the water that I didn't see one water body. And by the way, how did we go? We drove from Accra through to Nsawam.
Yes.
And we'll talk about the road. We made a left, Upper West Akim. So at Deso, I think the town is.
From the left.
And there are lots of towns with people's names. You go all the way and you get to what's the name of this? Asamankesi. You go to Akwetia as well. You go to Kede, and then you get to Esum.
And when you arrive, like what is the occupation of the people generally? I'm assuming they are farmers, of course. If you are looking at palm trees
farmers
and whatnot, mostly
You know,
farmers. Is it a big town?
The land is very fertile, even on the drive, because you see tall cassava trees. Yeah, there's a lot of cassava planting. I mean,
so it means they are planting. They are growing.
Food is, we are so blessed. We are so blessed. Although people just do subsistence farming, there's a lot of farming all over. So I can say most of the people are farmers and traders.
Okay.
All the way to the town. And by the way, Asamankasi used to be a very important commercial town many, many years ago. It's still a big town, but it's not as vibrant as it was. It's like Swedru. A lot of these towns, even Akwetia has lost its shine. There were towns that used to be very big and very active. Once either the road bypass is done or some other commercial area develops or the mining, like in Akwetia like this, the big mining company is not really doing well. So Akwetia is really a pale shadow. And then, but cash crops we've found, palm. Is it oil palm? Oil palm, massive.
Abe.
Yes, Abe. I mean, there were, on the drive, you will see this, I don't call them tricycles, but these vehicles with a big bucket, but driven by one. There's one tire in front and four at the back, full of palm.
Okay.
Lots of palm, lots of cocoa, and rubber.
Oh, okay.
In fact, the Galamsey plant, the Galamsey site that we went to, it was tragic because this is a confluence of rubber, cocoa, and oil palm, and rivers. And yet people decide that they prefer to destroy the land for gold. I mean, it's beggars belief.
And what was the mood of the people when you got?
They were going about their normal activities. It was the youth who we met, who had agitated a couple of days before we went. I think they had done a protest a week before. So the town had seen. So they were used to seeing media because I think because of the uproar that occurred that day, there was a lot of. They did some action. We say action. So we went to see the aftermath of the action to get to the bottom of it. But I need to say something though. On the drive as well, Godfrey, there was a road. There was a road that we used. Some of the roads were very bad. In fact, there was a particular road I used that we were told had been done only a year before. And that road, if that road was done a year before, the contractor needs to be sanctioned. It was bad. On the branch into Esum, there was a particular road when you veer off the main road and you are going to Esum. It was a very bad road, and we were told that it was just a year ago that the road had been fully done. So maybe we can talk about roads separately. I also need to mention the progress of the Ofanko Pokwase in Sawam Road, right? And the pace of work seems to be fast, but there seems to be a lot of dust and a lot of inconvenience. Hopefully, it will finish before the Christmas period. So those who living around that area, this is the second time I've gone there in about a month and a half. I went to do a football game in Shikpon-Tele a few months ago. The road has progressed, but it's very difficult to live in those areas now. But I digress. When I got to Esum, we met the youth who
they were angry. What was it?
Yeah, they still feel justified for what they did the previous week.
Was it
it was not just a youth.
I'm just saying, was it a popular sentiment? Did you gauge it was a popular sentiment?
Yes, it was. It was a popular sentiment in the sense that they feel the mining company is doing two things wrong. They are destroying their water bodies and their land, and they are also not sharing the benefits of the mining. So there was an underlying economic anger that the original report did not capture. Yeah, there was an underlying economic dimension to the issue that our interviews prove that people also feel the Dijabim Kakra.
But it's always been the issue. You and I have spoken about this several times. That
but it was so
the
glaring.
Communities always feel that they are not getting the best out of the resources that are found in their area.
But what was sad for me, speaking to one of the chiefs, was how he tried to justify the kind of mining going on.
He did? One of the youth chiefs you spoke to?
Yes, he tried to. But it was basically saying, the place we went, the people hadn't finished what they were doing. That's why the place was like that. that when they finish, they would have filled up the ground or reclaimed the land. They didn't destroy it. It was not true. The water was completely damaged. It was like, oh, they do boreholes and things. And the people, the chiefs and community, they supervise the people to make sure that when they do the mining, they don't leave the land the way we saw it. But it was because of the action of the people of the town and sacking the people that left the land the way we saw it.
But did he show you land that had previously?
No, he claimed there was land that had been done that way. We didn't have that time. But what we saw with our eyes was not land that had been reclaimed. We saw land that had been damaged and left, water bodies that had been made brown. And the sad part was, this particular area, you have cocoa trees growing, with the pots being green. You have a lot of palm, and you have rubber, all in one enclave, and you've scattered it off to mine. And my question is,
is it a wealthy town? Like, do they have money?
You know, the tragedy with Ghanaian towns is most people are farmers and traders. And then there's a lot of poverty. So it makes it easy for people to be enamored by the promise of gold. It makes it
and how it can change your life.
Exactly. But the truth is, if you have the soil fertility you have, planting the volume of cocoa trees you plant, and the amount of palm trees you see, and the fertility of the land, if there was good leadership, and I'll tell you something, on our entry into Newsroom, we saw a massive plantation. It was like how they plant the vine.
Yeah.
So they have these like wooden structures where they've done like a shed, and they've planted a lot of things. So we stopped and asked the guys, what is this? He says it's passion fruit.
Oh.
At least 10 football field size of passion fruit.
Wow.
And apparently there's a company that uses the passion fruit to do juice.
Passion fruit is a very popular ingredient in our juices.
One of the lessons I drew on my drive was that people will remain poor irrespective of fertile land if you don't have investment in agric on a certain scale. Because people are planting cassava, people are planting maize, but they are small. Plantain. The cocoa farms are old. The palm trees are old. All right, they've been harvested from the bottom all the way up. So a lot of those trees may not last for the next 20 years. But we saw massive plantation of passion fruit, which it appears an investor has come to do. So people will live in agrarian communities and remain poor because we have not properly financed large-scale agriculture. Because if you look at the passion fruit plantation, beautiful to behold, nicely fenced, I mean, as far as the eye can see. And there was a factory next to it where they were using the passion fruit. So in my view, whatever people are planting, whether it's cassava, it's potatoes or plantain, there has to be a certain investment to make it profitable. But for people to go with hoe and cutlass to make a foam, it won't amount to anything.
And there's a lot of that in Newsroom.
And the land is fertile. They call it Newsroom because there are so many water bodies. They can even plant rice. I mean, the land is good. There's a lot of water, and yet and this is the whole thing. Somebody comes with a concession, shows chiefs some document, makes some payment, and is allowed to enter that zone and farm. And this is a forest.
Not farm, mine.
And mine. And he's mining. We saw almost 12 excavators. There could have been more.
12?
Massive.
The big ones.
Bro, if I stand by the excavator...
You're a small man. And you are not short.
Charlie, I mean, even if I stand on the wheel of the excavator, I'll still not get to the top of where the driver
These are massive ones.
Huge.
These are the big ones.
Huge. So the question is, on our drive to that place, these excavators didn't just appear. So clearly, somebody put it on a
track,
on
a trailer.
On a trailer.
They call it payloader.
Yeah, the payloader.
We went through at least 8 police barriers.
Nobody stopped them.
Do you get it? Yeah. Of course. So there's no way there. And even I use Enyinem from the Kumasi Road or use in Sawam, you will meet police checkpoints. And the roads are narrow. And there are some of the roads that you are going through towns. So they know that there are excavators going to do a job. You get it? So there has to be, in my view, we have to work with chiefs. If you want Galamsey to stop, the insight I got was that you have to have a massive conversation with the chiefs. because everybody who comes with a so-called concession to
We'll
do
speak to the chief,
and this is not, and you see, this galamsey we are talking about is not small boys going to dig for gold.
No.
It's companies with mining licenses going with excavators into protected areas with documents purporting to give them the license to mine with no supervision. So the chief who says, oh, you have a concession, he maybe give the chief 50,000 cedis or whatever amount of money. The kind of work he's doing in that forest, the district does not have the capacity to
stop him,
to not even stop him, to supervise it. You get it? Because if somebody brings 8 excavators into a forest and has 20 men with guns, which district assembly in Ghana, which police station in that village?
And that was the question I was going to ask, actually.
If the guy has 10 excavators, he has 20 guys working, 5 of them have AK-47s, and they are working in the forest reserve. Which town police
is going to stop this?
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the scale of this thing. If the government does not ban it, and the government does not have a conversation with chiefs, because it's the license the people have that gives them the right to go and do what they do. And they are not small people. They are 10 excavators of the size I saw. Have you tried to clear land with one excavator before? Do you know how much you pay per day?
I know.
So it's not like town people. It's heavy duty companies with resources going sometimes to bully communities and pay off 1 or 2 people and then do the distraction. Which is why when the payoff doesn't get to everybody else, they rise up. Do you get it? People are like,
that's where the dija happens.
You've come to our chiefs or some chiefs, giving them some money, and you are doing galamsey, destroying our forest. You are not seeing anything. You are not seeing anything. You are not building this. You are not building a road. You get it? So the government has to ban the thing and say we are suspending all mining licenses for a 6-month period, and we are going to have a new approach. This is
which also allows the water bodies to recover, allows the earth to recover.
See, the government from today, they have to say, Minerals Commission, all licenses you've given, suspend them, because you see, that's why people are going for state of emergency. You see, if you say you're going to follow the normal legal route, some people will still go and destroy the land before things. Say that all licenses given for medium to small scale mining stop. Suspended until further notice. All excavators removed from communities, brought to a central point. All weapons retrieved for at least 1 year. I'm telling you, that's the only way to stop this thing, because the place they even went to hide the excavator in the town after the youth chased them, they took it to some part of some community and went to cover it in some corner. Massive excavators, because I think they felt somebody was coming to take it from them. The challenge of galamsey is so real that if you see it, and go for it, the kind of land, the way they destroy the land, I don't know how you can reclaim it. They dig deep holes, there's a lot of water, and they put some machines on the ground where it's like you cannot. Land reclamation will take us maybe 10 years. I don't know how you're going to reclaim that land.
It's super expensive.
It is. And the other thing is, you are destroying in a week what is taking 50 years to develop. That cocoa tree is at least 20 years old. That palm tree is at least 20 years old. That rubber tree is at least 20 years old. This galamsey thing they are doing, in 3 weeks' time, they will leave. And by the time they leave, 50 years of investment is gone. So it's something that if the government doesn't drastically ban, all these committees, all these meetings won't amount to anything.
Did the youth highlight persons who
they
are
mention
benefiting
names.
from this?
They mention names in the report. I'll play the report. They mention names with addresses. They were not. And they spoke on camera.
Oh, nice.
They mentioned names of people. They said their people. They said this man. They even mentions Suome this year. They mentioned his name. He was sitting in the excavator firing a shot when they were trying to stop them. And if the youth hadn't thrown stones, the guy would have scattered the crowd. And they said they were almost 900 people.
Wow.
So it was a very, very serious demonstration.
I have more questions for you when you return, Bernard.
Anyway, so the galamsey issue is massively happening as we speak. Forest reserves, water bodies being destroyed, with organizations with purported mining licenses under no supervision, destroying what is left of our water bodies. 3 minutes past 8, tech and social media trends next. Brought to you by Telecel. Attention entrepreneurs, prepare to transform your business this September with Telecel as we celebrate Telecel SME Month on the theme Connecting Businesses, Connecting the Woman in Business. Engage, network and learn from industry leaders in our insightful Telecel Women in Business webinar series, as well as the 100 Women Power Lunch. There are exciting rewards in store for all businesses as part of our newly launched Red Loyalty for Businesses. Enjoy exclusive gifts such as phone rewards as for new sign-ups. Call 0302 334 040. The segment is also brought to you by First Bank Ghana. Sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone has made easy, convenient, and exciting. Through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, the PAPS, you can send and receive money from the Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone in minutes. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank Ghana branch or call 059-692-1921. First Bank, you first. All right, Nathan, take us through the trends.
Well, after a heavy sporting weekend, a lot of the sports things are in the trends from across several places. If you look in there, names like Martinelli, Lamine Yamal, Liverpool, Real Spurs, all of them talking about different things. So Liverpool in the news, they lost their first game of the season and a slot. They lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. Martinelli's name is here because of the North London derby. Arsenal beating Tottenham Hotspur in that. Because of that, Tottenham #TOTARS all trending. Duran is trending. Aston Villa's new star man John Duran smashing shots in from all over the pitch. Anthony Taylor is also here. Everton, Dani Olmo, Sanchez. So a very, very heavy sporting trend. At least if you go through the top 30, you find so many. Yes. You find that now that the football or the sporting season is back, it will dominate a lot of the trends unless you have other things also coming up as well. A quick dash to the tech segment, and OpenAI, they are at it again. Now they have unveiled a new artificial intelligence model, and they say it can reason and solve harder problems in science, coding, and math than its predecessors. The model, the first in a series called OpenAI 01, was released last Thursday as a preview, and the company is saying that it expects regular updates and improvements and will gradually become available to most ChatGPT users. As examples of the new model's power, OpenAI noted that the new models could be used by healthcare researchers to annotate cell sequencing data and by physicists to generate what they call complicated mathematical formula needed for quantum physics. So it looks like OpenAI are experimenting and they are expanding the boundaries or pushing the boundaries as to what AI can do to help us all today.
Tech and social media trends brought to you by Telecel and First Bank Ghana.
Looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we sick to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve 10 cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain even when I'm in the States. My shit me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Kind of way, tell you so the more money promo nabo.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draw. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Welcome to the new normal, STEAM education. At Sparks Learning Experience, science plus arts equals holistic learning, hands-on teaching, creating knowledge anew, experiential learning. That is what we do at Sparks. The future is bright with skills in hand and knowledge in action. Enroll your child at Sparks today and watch their skills come alive. We've got drone piloting, programming, AI, robotics, among others for your child. They will receive exceptional STEAM mentorship from our founder, Professor Fred Magbangaluri. Sparks Learning Experience, where skills shine bright. Admission is open now. Find us at 1 University Avenue, Bukusu, or call us on 055 7637 149.
From small villages to big cities across Ghana, healthcare businesses have goals. Goals to provide better care with better equipment, to expand and better serve more communities, to build better medical labs, better clinics, and bring better healthcare to more people. Goals to help people get better. EcoBank provides your healthcare business with working capital through the EcoBank Merchant Cash Advance. EcoBank's range of bespoke asset finance solutions make buying medical equipment, expanding pharmacies and labs effortless. It's a better way to a healthier Ghana. Open an EcoBank account for a healthcare business now. Contact EcoBank via 0800-003-225 toll free or businessassist@ecobank.com for more. A better way, a better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hey, my friend, let us walk quickly and get away from this dog. Oh.
Indeed, we should. Amadu's dog can be wild sometimes. You know what? It is safer to walk away from it.
Hey, this dog won't stop barking at us. Oh. It's even getting closer. Who knows if it has rabies or not? That dangerous disease.
Wait, gentlemen. Our dog is in chains and would not come near you. My husband ensures Bingo, our dog, is vaccinated annually to prevent rabies.
Rabies is a disease that can cause severe illness and death among animals and humans. Rabies is spread through the saliva of a dog or a cat that has the rabies virus when that animal bites or scratches someone or another animal. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year to protect them from rabies and keep them healthy. Remember, no bites, no scratch, no rabies. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year. For further information, please contact your nearest health facility. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service, Veterinary Services, USAID and partners.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Adwa, Grandma looked very peaceful. I was completely amazed when I saw her neatly presented. She looked just like she was sleeping.
You haven't seen anything yet, my brother. You should have seen the care and quality treatment they gave her at transitions. One man, one room, just like a 5-star hotel.
Wow.
And not only that, we had a dedicated person to guide the family through the funeral planning process.
Are you sure?
Of course. From picking her up to when we lowered Grandma down, everything was completely stress-free. They had all the needed funeral services, caskets, hearse, chapel, and so much more.
This one, dear, no family fights after all.
I'm so happy we made the right decision to use Transitions.
With Transitions, your loved one gets the best of care while the family enjoys a stress-free funeral planning process. Call us now on 0302 634 706. And no, did I tell you they're affordable? Transitions, the funeral people.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Galamsey, we are killing Galamsey. Let's stop Galamsey now. Galamsey, we are killing Galamsey. This rap is too priceless. Rap, a problem in Ghana abounds. The deviants are gaining grounds, polluting our waters with mercury and rivers. The colors are changing to brown. Yafa brim, they turn off for starters. The quality no longer matters. You see, the future with judges, our children might catch us all because of illegal miners. But yeah, they can fall like but hey, government what that say. The miners work all day, destroy land attache. This country is just insane. The laws are not working. We allow some people to come to this country, insult our integrity, indulge in galamsey. Our actions are so thoughtless, we greedy and so heartless. We sacrifice our waters for gold and now our villages are so hapless. Some people have no conscience. They think of their pocket and sell this country for a pittance and destroy lives, forgetting our rivers are too priceless. Are you seeing the signs, the results of illegal mines? Mote ho jim when China for few baby besa ya saseka for so Ghana ni asem we wojin wa masa enye we hi EPA hwe baby abambe to me so enche na ne refi forget the government. Let's all help now. Galamsey, we are killing Galamsey now. Galamsey, let's stop.
8:15 from 10 a.m. on Channel 1 television. We are taking a stand against Galamsey after what we witnessed over the weekend, and we have a lot of reports which will last many hours on Galamsey. I'm going to bring you some highlights shortly. In the Western North region of our win, our correspondent has been speaking to people in the town who say they've had enough. Their water is almost undrinkable.
With the Eastern Central Vote,
so all of that coming up on the show this morning, and I'll bring you some highlights of my conversations with the Pool of Esum when I was there on Friday with Nana Tufo Boating and the team.
Level of pollution.
But do you know that cooking firewood and charcoal can be as harmful to your lungs as smoking? That's right. It can cause heart disease, stroke, and even affect your eyesight in the long run. But the MPA is here to change that with the new cylinder recirculation model. With this initiative, you can easily switch to gas without the hassle. Visit any of our nearby exchange points and trade your empty cylinders for a refilled one. The truth is simple. Smoke is harmful. Make the smart switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a healthier, happy life.
Go for your country's glories. We stopping
and that your energy saving or your energy giving great taste in Lucozade has a new look. It's now sleeker, slimmer Lucozade, original 330 ml can with the same energy that you've known for years. Grab your Lucozade sleek can and discover the unbeatable taste and energy with every sip. This advert is FDA approved.
We are killing Galamsey.
Now, as the city of Accra gets filled with many property developments, where you live matters, especially where to live your best life. That's why you need to speak to Lakeside Estates. They have exclusive retirement homes tailored to help you find the perfect sanctuary so your retirement is good. They have 2, 3, and 4 bedroom homes developed in a serene environment. They're giving you sports complexes, pharmacies, shopping malls, children's play areas, clubhouse, and the biggest water park in Ghana. Remember, Lakeside is your CIMG real estate company of the year. Call them on 020477540 or visit their website lakesideestate.com. Lakeside Estate, quality homes for all Lakeside Hills. Live your best life. And if you are not a customer of the Enterprise Group, what are you waiting for? Enterprise is excited to announce their new loyalty program called the Enterprise Advantage Points. Now, Enterprise customers can rack up points, score awesome rewards by just making purchases, renewing policies, and more, all through their app, which is the self-service portal or the Enterprise Advantage app. Enterprise Advantage points, because nothing you do should be pointless. Enterprise is your advantage.
All right, let's take you to the Our Win district of the Western North region, our regional correspondent has been following the devastating toll of Galamsey and its effect on farms and water. Here's an excerpt of what he found.
Cocoa farming is the lifeline of the people in the Western North region, particularly in the Awin municipality, where the majority rely on it for their livelihood. However, illegal small-scale mining, Galamsey, is rapidly ravaging cocoa farms and destroying water resources in areas like Asemkrom.
I've currently come to Asemkrom community, which is one of the communities here in the Awin municipality of the Western North region. And where I'm currently standing is a private school called Peace Academy, and that serves the community over here. Beside the Peace Academy, you can see cocoa trees. If these are cocoa that farmers over here actually plant, and then it's the main source of our livelihood over here, very much close to the school. And just beside the cocoa trees are pits, as you can see, which has actually gathered some water in there. And I'm told that place you see over there is actually a Galamsey site, and I can currently hear the Galamsey actually working there right now. We'll get close to see if we can get a proper shot of what is going on there. So we are here very much close to the cocoa tree. As you can see, we have some cocoa pod right here, and we just want to move closer to the Galamsey site, which is very much active. I could hear the machines actually working in there. We just want to see if you can get some shots of what is happening here. So I'm here with one of the community residents here, Isaac, to actually tell me what he knows about the operations over here and how troubling it is for the cocoa farm that we have here. Isaac, then I will tickle me, then I will catch him for you.
Bacho says here, a hano ye cocoa. Nagalam says here, make us say, excavator now, be two cocoa ni na. Says here, and so you need pipe will be our chrome, or one chassis say, so. Says here, make us a down say, excavator be 5, or one could do her. Yet, ye 2 and once he was say. That
is what Isaac is saying, and it's very much true. I mean, as you can see, these are cocoa trees, very much close to where they are doing the Galamsey. I mean, you could hear the noise just behind the bamboos, but we are afraid to actually get closer because we don't know whether they have guns. Do they sometimes come with guns?
Because China for Ombe Hano, what Bahwa no security personnel crack and almost so Monty. On the young to me and mom, because I'm more the first, no more the abba.
So I mean, right now I can see that the machines, the noise from the machines behind the bamboos over there have gone down. We don't know whether they've seen us. After waiting for close to 4 hours, we've realized that there is no noise over here, and it looks as if they've closed for the day. And so we've actually made our way back to their site, and we are going to see, I mean, the activities over here, the machines that we had working over here, whether they are still at the site. And so we're making our way to see for ourselves exactly the destruction going on over there. What you see before me is River Boyne in the Awin municipality. This river is one of the biggest rivers here in the Awin municipality. And the noise we heard earlier was actually coming from this Shamfan, which is very much on top of the River Boyne. And this is where we were hearing the noise we heard earlier in the day, but couldn't come closer. We waited for more than 3 hours, and it seems they've closed for the day. And you can see the level of devastation that they've caused. This is what happens with the pollution of our water bodies across the country. And you can see that we have no less than 2 Shamfan machines sitting on this structure they've mounted on the river. And it's a clear case of destruction over here. This is what they use to wash their gold right in the middle of River Boyne, which serves several communities. And then look at the water. If the cameraman can give us a close shot, it's that much dirty. It's that much dirty. I have a bottle of water here. I'm going to pour the water that I came with, just to see if I can take a bit of the River Boyne to see the level of pollution over here. Just trying to be careful. So after their devastation with the machine you see over there, this is the resulting effect. There's a lot of smoke. In fact, you can't see through. This is a result of the devastation that is being caused by this very Shamfan machine sitting on top of River Boyne here in the Awin municipality of the Western region. And it's going on. They will tell you Galamsey it's been clamped down, but this thing is sitting here. We have district assemblies all within the catchments, and the authorities are not making any effort. We had the river police that were actually launched to actually guard or patrol these river bodies, but as we speak, this is sitting here with serious devastation going on.
In fact, Galamsey and some also had a broya drain in Tias, especially mostly Yendia, Kuajuma, Yani Kuajuma, Kukuna, bet, and an unknown paying for name selfish interest at the Omodiaba, Galamsey Chafa machine about some message soon, Naya Honchare. And so, when I had be the Edenum, Yadi Gugu Kuku, so I say almost anti, Yabi Kwa and Fire Juma, unless I try from here to bear 5 kilometers and Sana Yan Sukra, Edia Jari, Yabi Quadianum, Yabi Quadia Guya Kuku, so in fact, I caused damage by my Kuajuma, Tiame. The
incessant of illegal small-scale mining that is actually polluting the environment across the country is seriously being fronted with this issue of community mines. And over here we have Asem Chrome community mining, which is basically a Galamsey activity that we just witnessed, but it is very much tagged as a community mine. And this is becoming the problem that the sector is actually facing, basically being used as a front for illegal activities, all under the government so-called community mines, which is ongoing nationwide. Where I'm currently standing is the main bridge sitting on the river tunnel, which is coming all the way from Bron region through to the western north, all the way to the southern part of the country. That's the western region that actually empties into portions of Ivory Coast, and over here it's called Insuano. And I look at it, it's a very much polluted state of the tunnel river, and it looks basically like a cocoa drink. And talking to residents over here at the Insuano community, which is located at the banks of this very bridge on the river tunnel, they tell me that the Galamsey activities over here is what is actually making the color of the water in the tunnel river this much polluted. And they are basically calling on the government to truly clamp down on the activities of Galamsey, which is polluting the river tunnel and making life over here that very difficult.
Yeah, in Sua, Yadi Bibiawa, in Sua, the river tunnel. It's a 2 years. Fanya she tina no hwe na Galamsey so be sizia osizimai na ye ble sisia me driver ni onam sa kwanti na maja driver adwuma me yokada masan di kokwa aka koko mpa me ye se me gusu mpa hwe nsu chemicals nkwa me fanya hwe e ho kire wo ha nti yesre sisia ban we dey nim say want to be moi.
I have come to a community called Nkegen here, also in the Awin municipality, a community that does a lot of cocoa farming. And as you can see, these are some of the cocoa farmers who are currently drying their cocoa. And fortunately, this cocoa actually goes to bring in a lot of foreign exchange to the country that shows up the currency. But the community doesn't really have proper source of water, all because of the impact or the activities of illegal small-scale miners, probably called Galamsey, that are polluting their water. And look here, as you can see, it's one of 2 only boreholes that actually supplies them potable water for their drinking and house chores. But this is the current state of the borehole. I'm told by residents over here, this borehole is no more operational, and the only one left has a lot of pressure. And they are basically calling on the government to actually address the issue of Galamsey, and by so doing, the issue of water supply over here would also be addressed, as the streams will come back and they might not so much need the potable water that they get from the borehole, even though they still want this borehole to be actually fixed whilst the streams are clean with the stopping of Galamsey activities.
And I'm going to say inti ama yensu no a omoye den yes anom no o ma say no nti ntumi nya nsu ye den ennom na afin so pipe na ya ye no pipe no so asai nti ye nsu e wo kurum ha nti Galamsey ni de ye de yempe
8:29. Our Western Regional correspondent Fokusia J. Nim with that report from our win. This emphasis was on the effect of Galamsey on water, and it was a TV report with some very, very tragic scenes. Let me take you to Newsroom for highlights of our conversation with the community members and one of the chiefs as part of our drive into the Galamsey enclaves of the Eastern region on Friday. Here are highlights of his conversation.
I'm coming to you from Newsroom in the Kwai-Bibrem district of the Eastern region, where the youth, frustrated by the activities of illegal miners, have taken action to bring some sanity in their community. As you can see behind me, these are equipment used for illegal mining. We are being told they've been confiscated, but leadership says that, well, they are keeping an eye on them to ensure that whatever distraction has been caused by these equipment is restored before being released back to their owners. We'll take you to one of the sites where the visible distraction is simply nothing but an eyesore. On one of the illegal mining sites in Newsroom, you can hear music from the community, and this gives you an idea of the proximity of illegal mining activities to the town. Matter of fact, standing on the site, you can see the homes of indigents of the area. A youth leader in the community tells us what the place looked like before the activities of illegal mining, also known as Galamsey, began.
I say, I say, who's a Benny Adina or if I say 2 years, and you start with this Galamsey, it's probably it's been 4 years, but you starting with the year who's a Siano. You started the baby near the machine being a assassin near 2 amana. A cromano, and a chassis near this machine on a good na from a good diano. And son, yeah, question experience no any at the end bamo and a who the year who's a CA. I have say, dear, not some dick I can, I bet, and I'm not a war ha. Now, na yempani fo ahemfo me asote se ngofo bia ba om so mkura paper o cheso mbetimi aye mine adwuma no awe krom ha ye kro na nkasa no ensuo na ye sabinom no enum mum na omoye mine no.
They also tell us some of the steps they have taken to put a stop to illegal mining in the community. This will include the seizure of some mining equipment.
Challenge yenya wo mne say time on boss amra ne go horma ye ewidie ade a ye kwan ye nam so koye mfuom no sa time no horom na ye kwan na se de ne edi kaka no kwan de da horma ye fa so koye mfuom se motutu amra no agu kwan no wonom na ye nya ba bi mfa ye pese omu kata amra no nyina so anse na afidie no wa ye wo de ano watimi afa ade akọ ba bi a wo de free ebaaye.
The Mantihine of the community gives us an idea of the genesis of illegal mining in the community and what measures are being taken to stop mining in Newsroom.
Eshia nieja se ebia asase we opani we dia se metuni nyina eboma ebeyira enti yetu a bia ye ntu no ye di danger bo etire ye di danger bo etire ehun se utu akosi ha pani we edia ni eja se ehye no nti e fele a ye hwe danger no edikosi kire hu se a de nipa so ye to 2 acres ye to 3 acres obi otimi fa na asase sign edi any opebia.
International supervisor sa campaign no would you say
a good message. Aban no on my licenses. Me tie me my licenses. Saban na my licenses. No say ene me hu se nioma e course no e say o man no timu nya ya me am tie me nia no. Me ka say bia me service me interest am nya nti no. E say chenchi na aban si ye nyai. Ye be ye ne force. Me ni say to me no. It's aban si ye nya ya. Ye jai. So no asa my kwan si ye nya ye.
Na mo ankasa de mo ndwin say si ye jai.
Openi na me che say me obi okura ne nkrata ekura ne bibia me ntimi nko stop na adwuma because me anyam na me man license no.
And yet people are drinking.
Well, highlights of this conversation was really interesting. At some point the youth interrupted the interview to say the chief was lying.
Oh really?
Wow.
He said he was lying.
Charlie, and I'll keep all of that in the interview. It was crazy, you know.
It's raw emotion.
Yeah, for me, this is it. If the government does not say people should stop, they won't stop.
Stop, yes.
If the Minerals Commission doesn't stop giving people those licenses, it will continue. But I think chiefs have a massive role to play here. Chiefs have a massive role to play because even if somebody comes to you and says, I have a license, the chief can rally the community to say we don't agree. So I see government.
You think so?
So no, okay. I'm looking at where this levels of this.
Yes.
From what I saw in a swoop, when a chief, and don't forget the Kontihini is the one who said he didn't want Galamsey, and he mobilized the people to say no.
But the point is, if the people show up again with, because there's a question.
I don't think these guys will show up anytime soon.
Hold on, because there's a question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
How long had the people been the people they drove out? How long had they been mining the community?
Quite long.
So what happened?
That's what, and for me, that's why I said that. For me, after the interviews, it was very clear that there was a feeling of we are not getting anything from this.
Exactly.
So it's not like it's just the fact that we are destroying our water. It's like
You see, the thing is this: there's a collaboration between traditional authority and political authority in this matter.
Yes.
Political authority provides the license.
Yeah.
Traditional authority provides the permission.
Yes.
You see, so if the person sees the traditional authority and gets permission,
yes,
goes to Abang and gets license.
That's what I'm saying. So the traditional authority and the political authority are the two people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now the thing, even with why traditional authority we need to watch them a lot more is this: political authority and administrative authority or whatever it is takes a while to get a license. The process is cumbersome. You can do 2 or 3 years before you get the license. You could go and see traditional authority, get your permission, and just go.
No, you need a political authority.
Oh no, but there are lots of those as well.
It's very easy to get the I actually think
it's easy to get the political authority if you're a politically exposed person.
I actually think that there's a lot of pressure on chiefs when large companies come with a so-called...
The point is that once those large companies have the licenses, the chiefs almost are left.
That's my point. So you see,
you know,
the license is the state saying you can go and mine.
Yes.
Now this is what happens. The state says you can go and mine, and there's nothing in place to regulate how you do it.
But I'm also saying that aside that, there's also a large chunk of those who don't go for the state permission,
of course,
but the state license, but have the permission of the chief.
Good.
And then they work.
Which
and
is
once
why
they have the chief's permission, you can still bring an excavator into the town. Nobody will talk.
So our campaign is saying the president of the republic has to say enough is enough. Minerals Commission, Ministry of Lands, no new licenses. Number 2, state of emergency so that all existing mining stops. Do you get it? There has to be, because the arrangement in place cannot regulate the mining that takes place. You give a license, but you cannot police it, because the way they do the mining, you have no way of regulating how they do it. And you're giving a company a license to go into a forest. How do you give somebody a license to go into a forest reserve to go and mine? I mean, how? A forest reserve? So the point is, there, and the places we went, this is a place where you have rubber and palm trees and cocoa trees together, and you are digging the ground and you are destroying it. How much money will you get to pay for such a thing?
Yep.
So the state cannot absorb it. So the state, and the president is the one who promised So he has to lead. Number two, I'm saying the chiefs. You see, community members who are upset must direct their anger at their chiefs.
Yes.
Because their chiefs have as you said, a very critical role to play in whether, even if somebody comes to a license to my community, I should be able to say, no, we don't want this here, or until I see certain things, I'm not going to allow you to start work. Because there's no arrangement in place to regulate what those guys do. You get it? Because the kind of machines they use, and the intention is not to, it's basically to say, damn the land, damn cocoa, we just want gold. And the way they go about it, there's no way you can do it in the current state, which will keep the land safe. There are things like the gold catcher, and there are some technologies that purportedly make small-scale mining happen in a sensible way. I don't think that's been mainstreamed enough. So this moratorium that we are calling for is basically to say you have lost the plot in managing the licenses you've given. So stop giving licenses and put a ban to it until you figure out a way to do it.
So we also need to apply a bit of pressure too, because I'm looking at, for instance, a response from the lands minister on certain things in the Daily Graphic on page 58. This was on certain items published by the Fourth Estate. However, on point 1, for instance, where a mining operation falls within a forest reserve, the holder of the mineral rights requires 1, a forest entry permit from the Forestry Commission. So the Forestry Commission, and in addition to any other permits required by law, including an EP, an environmental permit issued by the Environmental Protection Agency. Now, I have a big problem with Ghana's Environmental Protection Agency. You know, Dr. Kokofu has tried, but I don't think Dr. Kokofu and his agency have tried.
I don't think he's in there anymore.
He's left?
I think he's left.
Whoever it is that runs the EPA has not done a good job. Look, Bernard, I've lived in a lot of countries, as you may know. Look, there was a time we made a complaint when I lived in Kilaleswa in Nairobi. We made a complaint to the version of EPA on a restaurant that had been built that was disturbing a minor water body.
A restaurant?
Yes. So there was a filling station and there was a minor water body that runs behind it. And apparently the restaurant had been put up without the permits, and it was disrupting the flow
of the river,
of that minor water body. Aloski, on time. We made the report on a Monday. By Wednesday,
they
raised down every building.
Are you serious?
They didn't raise down the restaurant alone.
In the waterway.
They raised down every building that they saw to the end like this. Put up a fence. Bye bye. Nobody's allowed here.
This is Nairobi.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've seen the power of environmental protection agencies
in other places.
These are EPA.
They don't seem to have.
You make complaints about cement factory that shouldn't work. It works. They'll tell you, hey, EPA says we shouldn't work. We are in court. Blah blah blah. But it is working. You make complaint about tomato factory that is disturbing.
It's working.
It is working. You make complaint about noise. They will tell you organization.
What about the Minerals Commission?
And then there's the Mineral Commission run by Mr. Martin Eyisi, who gave up a long time ago and decided to just play the game. Mr. Martin Eyisi has been playing the game.
Which game?
The game of allowing things to go on. Because you see, every time I've heard Mr. Martin Eyisi speak, his tone and his defense is that, well, business must go on. If the person has been granted a license from here, what else can I do? I will facilitate.
Whose responsibility is it to ensure that the way the mining is done follows a certain standard? Is it he, the license giver, or the EPA?
Both of them.
Everybody.
You see, the Forestry Commission only comes in when it's a forest reserve. So let's leave that out. And the Forestry Commission, I would defend them in this matter because they are woefully underfunded. 2, the size of forest that they have to deal with and the staff that they have is not enough.
Who gives the license for mining in forest reserves?
The minister.
So it's not the forestry people, it's the minister of mines.
Yes, for there are a whole lot of permits, but you know, they changed the law to give a certain kind of discretion to the big boss before the Forestry Commission comes in, before all these agencies come in. But that's for the EPA. I will mention their names in this matter. And then the Minerals Commission, like I said, they've just also become a guiding hand in this. So they need to work. Then, of course, there is the Lands Minister. Because you sit back, Bernard, listen to all these things. And if you go to page 32 of the Daily Graphic today, Galamsey Politics. This is by Mike Kuku and Samuel Dodu. Brilliant job they've done. And if you read the first 3 paragraphs, it says, I'll read paragraph 2. With the Ghana Water Company Limited revealing that its plants risked breaking down as a result of processing heavily polluted water from the main river sources due to Galamsey activities across the country, there has not been a greater chance to compel the political leadership to clamp down heavily on illegal mining and its actors. Indeed, the culprits of illegal mining have always walked away into the comfort of their gold-laden pits, from where they dig the natural resource with careless abandon, while political actors engage in unfortunate drama. Sometimes the debate has bordered on sheer comedy or outright insensitivity to the seriousness of dissipation of forest reserves, pollution of arable lands and water bodies, and contaminating them with heavy and poisonous substances, including mercury and cyanide. I like that one. Sometimes the debate has bordered on sheer comedy or outright insensitivity. We heard a lot of that last week from Honorable Mirku Duka and his boss. But from where I sit, Bernard, sometimes I ponder. It looks like the government is buying time. And I don't understand why.
Buying time for what?
This is what I don't get. So what is the difficulty in saying, look, we have a massive national emergency. Let us stop for a week and rethink this.
Governor, you've mentioned 3 agencies. You've mentioned the EPA, you've mentioned the Minerals Commission and then the Ministry. I wanted to highlight something, that the Parliament of Ghana also failed Ghanaians. You remember last week when I was reading the writer for the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. Now, almost everybody who comments about Galamsey is asking for a revocation of LI 2462.
Yes.
Now, how the EPA, the Ministry of Environment, and Parliament could sit down and allow a legislative instrument which sort of gives permission for mining in forest reserves, it beggars belief. Now, this was 2022.
Yes.
I'm not sure the exact month this was passed, but and I remember Darubosu made some noise about this, but somehow the noise didn't catch fire. Maybe it's our failure as a media. But to pass an LI that allows the Forestry Commission, who you say you may not want to blame too much, to issue licenses for mining in a forest reserve or mining permits in a forest reserve. And as of the as of July 2024, 47 mining licenses had been issued to an additional 14 were being awaited in mining in forest reserves. Think about it. Was the EPA there when they were considering this? Was the Ministry of Environment there? What did the minority say? What did the media say? Did this happen under a certificate of agency? How come we didn't hear anything?
I think there was a lot said about
an LI that allows.
Just didn't listen.
No, but think
there
about
was a lot said. They just didn't listen.
An LI.
Clement Akapam and co have written extensively on why this law should not have been passed. As always, they just didn't listen.
So one of the demands we are making, in addition to asking for a ban and a moratorium, is for the LI to be revoked.
You see?
Because the LI has been abused, that there's a law that allows you to mine in forest reserves. And over 50 companies are, as I'm talking to you, mining in forest reserves.
And the fact that it passed through Parliament is why I'm saying today, Michael Kwe and Samuel Dodu, congratulations. Page is 32.
Michael Kwe?
Yes, and Samuel Dodu.
What did they say?
Pages 32 and 33. In their analysis of the attitude or the approach of the political parties as a response to Galamsey, they come out clearly in this article they've written and say, in assessing even the 2 manifestos that are currently public, the NPP and the NDC, it is quite clear that they are not serious about the problem.
Sad. Very, very
He says
sad.
it is quite, the two of them say it is quite clear that they are not serious. And so we must get to the point where we push all of them, you see, to make categorical statements about the state of Galamsey and what they will do about it. Not the long winding, oh, we will engage community mining. We all know the community mining is Galamsey. Yeah. That is what it is. But if you've paid attention, Mahama, Valmizi, Alan, whoever it is, so far, nobody has come out to fully confront this. No. Everybody has been diplomatic about it. Yeah. Everybody is choosing their words carefully about it. Why? Considering that Bright Simmons said something yesterday. He says it's interesting. And I like the way Bright Simmons' minds work. You know, he says it's interesting that about how many days to the election? 80?
About 83
days to the election. The biggest conversations in this country are not political. It is Galamsey. Yeah. That means that what the people are feeding us is not heavy. The political people are feeding us is not as important to us yet. Yeah. This is what is important. So if this is what is important to the people, why are you avoiding conversations about it?
That's very important.
You see, I expected that at every campaign stop, the leading political candidates for this upcoming election should make a significant mention of Galamsey. What it is doing to the... You see, because you also an education point. Rather, they make stops at these places and the assigns and themselves talk about, oh, how we will engage. Oh, how we will give you back your excavator, and they later tell us that you're brofo. So we have to explain what we went to say to you. When there are videos and everything, we have reporters there, you know, and how to explain all these things. Nobody is actually willing to come out and say, this is bad.
Has any of them even
Stop
said,
it.
Has any of the parties even said, for example, that will revoke LI?
No. Everybody, everybody, if you go to the manifestos, everybody talks about the same tired strategies that we have used over and over and over again. The Herald's editorial comes out today and says another interministerial committee. No, we don't want it because we've been told that National Defense Ministry, Lands and Natural Resources and Environment, something, they are meeting to do something. We've seen it before. Ended up with Professor Frimpong Boateng and his people issuing statements and reports that nobody read.
Actually, one of the reasons why Frimpong Boateng is out of government, in my view,
yes, because
is probably his attempt to stop this and the confrontation of large mining interests in the illegal mining space that eventually reduces political capital and kick them out. That's the way I see it. Now, Godfrey's point around political parties is very important because one of the easiest things to say, since our forest reserves have been there since 1911.
Yes.
And you're telling me that in 2022, you are in a position 111 years later, you have enacted a law that allows the Minerals Commission to work with the EPA and the Forestry Commission to give people the license to mine in a forest reserve. And over 50 licenses have been given since the law was enacted in 2022.
You know something?
It is serious.
My mother always says something. I say Ghana for Shinyefe. It's one of his. Yes, Bernard. You see, there is always an economic excuse in this country to destroy the country. So I've heard the arguments about but the resources are there, the minerals are there to be used. Why should we not use it? We made the same argument for lithium. We made the same argument when we tried to enter. There's this forest
forest.
Not in Achimota forest. There's another one in the eastern region in Chebi.
Yeah.
Etiwa.
Yeah.
Where we gave permission for some people to go and do some things in
bauxite.
The bauxite, yeah.
Yes, so there is the bauxite one as well. That we can basically destroy one of the most important biodiversity sources we have in this country. Look at the water bodies. Pra, Brim,
Tano,
Densu. But
even a lot of the tributaries of the Volta.
Bernard, you think that gold is not found in a lot of places? That's why somebody put up an interesting picture that I liked. Bernard, one of the richest gold water beds lies in it's in somewhere in Russia. I've forgotten the name of the lake. It doesn't.
I've seen that video.
Yes, Bernard. So the person asks a simple question. So the Russians, they don't know how to mine gold, but they've said that nobody is allowed to mine here. If you try, you get shot. If you put Sophie in the ground, they will shoot you for it. It's like everything in this country has to be counted in cedi or dollar terms for people. Right? We destroy it and then we go on holidays in other places. So you see our people, they go to Venice to go and sit in the gondolas and other places while you've ruined Odor. You go and sit in the ferries and cruise boats in other places and eat and enjoy with your family.
In Florida.
You've ruined Pra, Brim, and
Cobra, the beer, the tunnel.
You can do those things with. You go zip lining in Kakuri Forest and other places. Meanwhile, you are here digging the forest. You take your families on nature retreats in South Africa, in Tanzania, Mauritius. In Namibia, in Mauritius, in all those places. You take your families there and then send excavators to the one in Ghana. Are you stupid? I'm sorry.
It's so sad. And see, Godfrey, what's happening is that Ghana is seen as the place to extract and exploit. And then other countries are seen as the place to build. Let's read some comments on this. But let me announce again, at 10 a.m. on Channel 1 television,
a beauty feature generations.
It's a marathon against Galamsey. We are using what we have to achieve what we want.
Galamsey.
We're going to have over 6 hours of programming where almost 30 bodies issue statements back to back on Galamsey. They are reading out their statements and they are taking a stand and they are all asking for the same thing. Ban or put a stop to it immediately. Declare a state of emergency and let's have a new conversation about Galamsey. Here are your comments.
Yes, Adolf in Newgbawi says, Bernard, it will be interesting for you to tell us the state of the roads you traveled on, okay?
It was okay, so it was largely, as I said, Accra and Sawam is being done. It was very difficult, but it's being done. In Sawam to friend is saying Semankesi, parts of it were really bad, but most portions were good. To a friend is saying Akwitia, pretty fair. It was the Kade to Eswom road, which had been done a year ago, which I couldn't believe was in such a bad shape because you could see part of the asphalt on the side of the road. That road had been done, I don't know, more than a year and a half ago, but it was really, really bad. But largely the roads were not that bad. It was the Kede to Eswom road. The Kede to Eswom road that was really bad, which I did not understand why.
Okay, if you let's go to this one. Nana from Abeka says, for a start, let's sack the EPA boss, Minerals Commission boss, and the Lands Minister.
Oh, don't get sacked.
This one says, Bernard, when was the LI 2462 passed? Which institution submitted it? Did it go through stakeholder engagement? Remember, it's an environmental protection regulation. Now think about this. When was a Kunta mining issue a headline issue? Was the LI passed to give a Kunta mining legal backing? We need to find answers.
This is 2022.
Now, yearly from Amprobi is asking. But another team, I'm speaking from Kede in the Kwabi Brim district.
I think either last year or this year, if I'm not
LI
mistaken.
246.
It was 2022.
November 2022.
Yeah.
That was what allowed entities to go into.
Yeah.
The reason why this is important, that LI, let me read something for you from the Ghana. I love the Ghana Institute of Foresters and the work that
their statement was
it
really
says,
good.
What did they say?
Before the passage of LI 2462, the legal framework for mining permitted limited mining of not more than 2% of timber production reserves. The blatant abuse of this limited provision led to calls to totally ban mining in forest reserves. Some companies mined in forest reserves under the guise of gold prospecting with prospecting licenses they have acquired. Some entities mined in forest reserves with no permits whatsoever. The government responded favorably to the concerns in 2021 with an executive ban on all forms of mining activities in forest reserves, including ban on issuance of forest entry permits and prospecting licenses. some pieces of mining equipment not removed from forest reserves by a given date were destroyed. It was therefore a shock when gold prospecting licenses were granted to 25 companies in 2022, paving the way for them to mine in forest reserves under the guise of gold prospecting. Just when the GIF and other entities were calling for investigation into the issuance of the gold prospecting licenses when the executive ban was still in place, we received a bigger shock that LI 2462 has been passed in November 2022 that legally permits unlimited mining in forest reserves. Not even the ecologically sensitive, globally significant biodiversity areas have been spared. The GIF was completely left in the dark throughout the processes leading to the passage of LI 2462.
Wow.
Which comes to the question somebody asked, that when before this LI was passed, which stakeholders were engaged? Somebody has sent a message asking that he wants to find out from Parliament, who did they speak to?
Obviously, the EPA would have been involved. Obviously, the Forestry Commission would have been involved. Obviously, the Minerals Commission would have been involved. But you're right, stakeholders would then mean, was civil society engaged? Were research people engaged? Did they do an assessment of the implications of allowing? And was there a cap on the number of companies that can mine? Because as of the middle of this year, over 44 licenses had been given, and there were 14 pending. So as of now, I am pretty sure there are over 50 companies mining in forest reserves.
Yep.
I mean, if you're talking about a low-hanging fruit, if you're talking about, for people are concerned that when we say there should be a moratorium on galamsey, it could affect legal companies who are doing the legal thing. If you said you are revoking the LI, then obviously those 50 companies in forest reserves, at least they stop. Okay, as a starting point. So if for nothing at all, you can revoke the LI and then say that all mining in forest reserves should stop whilst we think of what to do. So that shouldn't be that difficult.
Okay. This one says, I'm speaking to you from Kede in the Kwabibim district. The galamsey has intensified in the Kede district and the communities around it. The Birim River is drying up as a result of the increased galamsey activities. Please use your medium to call the MP and the authorities for us. Make them aware that the entire country is looking at Kwabibim district. Can they do a drive from Kumasi to Takwa through Obuasi? I am free. You will cry. And this is just what you see by the road. It's the worst destruction I've seen around Ghana. Selassie sends that. Someone is asking, for those of us not close to a TV set, how do we follow the live feed of Channel 1
It will be
TV?
streaming online on Facebook and on YouTube. So you're going to have that to follow as well.
Yes. Yao says the galamsey fight must start from the rivers. We must declare all rivers a no-go area. I'm currently in Dentra, Dominase. I saw excavators working along the Ofin River. I wish you could bring your drones here to see the extent of the damage to the river. Our problem in this country is the politicians. They are destroying the nation. We can make all the noise, but if we don't strike hard at these politicians, there won't be progress.
There's a social cost. There's an economic cost. There's a health cost.
Aquatic life we are killing.
We are destroying economic trees, cocoa. We are destroying oil palm. We are destroying rubber.
In this nation,
land degradation.
Second nation, because our rivers are beyond destruction.
We are destroying our water.
Therefore, to hopefully save our water, but
it's difficult to process water. The Ghana Water Company, really, I can say they have been responsible for the revamping of this galamsey conversation, because they started talking about the cost of processing water.
Yes.
The amount of pollution in the water that they were getting, the turbidity levels of the water, making it almost impossible to process. That brought the issue back. Then there are communities where young people refuse to go to school, refuse to do any other work than do illegal mining. And then there's also the health implications where people are being born with deformed body parts. There's reproductive health issues coming up. There's also security issues where companies are arming themselves in communities, and we're going to have all kinds of pockets of violence.
We started getting that Western region, Western North. We've heard the stories of indigents or locals clashing with mining companies and all of that. And like you're saying, these things will spiral. We'll start to see a lot more, happening all around the country. For me, what worries me is the fact that we are killing the water bodies and the knock-on effect on food production and what we are all consuming inadvertently. Because you can say that, you won't drink the water, but the food we grow here, we all consume that. So if you look at what happens further down the line, the challenges we could all be suffering a few years from now because we are eating food that's heavily contaminated.
Yeah. The other insight I got from my trip is that when we, after pushing for what we are pushing for, the government has to start this.
Yeah.
But it will not end with the government. We have to go to the communities to let people who support Galamsey know that they are destroying their own future. We have to find creative. I'm telling you, we have to, because you see, with most phenomena, you cannot stop it if public sentiment against it is positive. It's like corruption. Almost everything you want to stop, you have to let people, you have to conscientize people. So you apply pressure to the government to do what is legal, but you must also show people, because somehow the value system has been corrupted so much that somebody has no problem destroying a 30-year cocoa farm to get money for 3 days of mining. That type of mindset is also an issue. All right. So our problem is multifaceted. The mindset of the Ghanaian and then the chiefs. I mean, for me, if you are looking for a group that can really stand up, I want to call a National House of Chiefs. You said last week that the National House of Chiefs had issued a statement. I want you to go back to that statement, because I think that the National House of Chiefs will be able to use its convening power to call on chiefs within the house, because every chief is in part of the National House, I believe. Right? The prominent chiefs should find a way of ostracizing and calling out chiefs that support Galamsey in their own company, because there's no way what will happen will be happening if chiefs are not acquiescing to it.
Yes.
And the National House of Chiefs issued a very well written, thoughtful statement in March of this year.
Yes.
That statement, if they mean it, it should not stay as a statement, because there's no way what I saw would have happened without a chief's involvement.
Of course.
And this chief is obviously either directly part of the house or has a senior chief of his as part of that house. And sometimes it takes chiefs to score or rein in other chiefs, as Otunfo has shown us. So I think that one area of emphasis should be the National House of Chiefs. Beyond issuing a statement.
Yes, I have the statement.
Go through the statement again for me.
Okay, so this was in February of this year. Communique issued by the National House of Chiefs at the end of a round-table dialogue with the EPA and its liaison group on illegal mining activities. This was held on Thursday, the 25th of January, at the conference hall of the House in Kumasi.
Okay.
When
was this?
February 2024.
So earlier
this was issued.
Please read it for me.
We, the members of the National House of Chiefs, hereinafter referred to as Nananum, held a dialogue meeting with the Environmental Protection Agency and its related agencies on Thursday, 25th January 2024, on illegal mining activities, and hereby issued the following communique. 1. That members of the House resolved to select Sishianyaso Traditional Area in the Western North Region and Jira Traditional Area in the Western Region to be used as a case study to rule out the decisions arrived at during the meeting in respect of environmental degradation arising out of illegal mining. It's interesting to see what these two have done so far, these two areas. I think we should check with the Sishianyaso Traditional Area and the Jira Traditional Area on what they've done, because they were supposed to be the pilots.
Okay, so they had a suggestion for a pilot project.
Yes, on this. 2, that the members further resolved that there should be the adoption of the concept of naming and shaming of MMDAs and traditional areas on illegal mining. This is the Akobin principle. That members decided that the proposed amendments to the EPA Act should strengthen the power of the National House of Chiefs in the relevant laws. Additionally, traditional authorities must be made members of the boards of the respective regulatory institutions. That members further resolved that the proposed amendment to the EPA Act should empower Nananum to form a task force to enable them fight the illegal mining menace effectively. That the members proposed that there must be an establishment of a special court to prosecute offenders of illegal mining and logging expeditiously. That members finally proposed up to the end of March 2024 to have engagements with political parties on the inclusion of the eradication of all illegal mining activities in their various manifestos. They did not do that. We've seen the manifestos.
Yeah, but
there's no mention of that. Yes. Yeah, so that's it. Signed by the second president.
But there was another statement you read, which was like a suggestion, a list of suggestions they made about how to stop illegal mining. This was on Thursday.
Yeah, this is 2nd March. This is the statement from 2nd March.
But it was much longer. Oh, I'm missing.
No,
something.
yes, this is the full statement. This is
okay.
it.
Okay.
Aquatic
But
life.
you didn't work for
one entity I also think we need to hear from. Maybe will be the Chamber of Mines. Let's see what they also make of all of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming a lot of the bigger entities will probably work under them, or they may have something, or how do I say, they may have a supervisory role in terms of that. I'd love to hear what the chamber, because we can't have this conversation and not mention the Chamber of Mines or not hear from them and what they make of all of this. Clearly seeing that the CEO of the Minerals Commission has his own very interesting ideas and is doing his own thing.
Yeah. And I also want to finally add that it's good for churches to issue statements, but you know, before we got to the mining site, the last building we saw before we entered that forest was a church. All right. And I always say that the religious bodies they are possibly the only entities that have a larger penetration in our country than the political parties.
Yeah.
Because the place I went, I saw about 3 churches before we entered the forest. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. The church leaders must issue communiques to their churches across the country to speak about the ills of this thing for a sustained period. We must make it a sustainable message to be preached, because if you want people's mindset to change about something, every week they go to church. Some go twice a week. If the pastor is talking about why are you selling your future for a loaf of bread? Why are you destroying cocoa farm, rubber plantation, oil palm plantation for gold? Why are you destroying a river for gold? If that message is preached consistently, it will generate enough public angst about it. So I want to urge the religious groups not to simply leave it at statements, because every week people come. And people go to church.
They do.
People go. And there was a church before we entered the reserve. It was a small church. All right. That was the last building I saw before we took that narrow path. I'm serious. So, in addition to what the government is being urged to do, I really want the Charismatic Bishops Conference and all these guys to send sermon notes to their members to say, starting from Sunday, what's today's date?
Today's what?
So, starting from Sunday, 22nd September, this is a prescribed series of messages you must preach about Galamsey. Let people realize that the exchange is not a fair exchange. Getting money and gold in place of water is a foolish thing to do. They must use the pulpit to conscientize people. The imams must also do the same. On Friday, when they go to mosque and you have that sermon for 30 minutes, speak about it. Because when I entered the Zoom, the first building I saw was a mosque. And there were lots of churches. Presby Church is very strong in the Zoom. So the youth of YPG in Osu and Achimota doing a protest. What is the moderator saying? Do you get it? The moderator must send a message to the people that know. Tell the youth. Because you see, the mindset of the people is what encourages this. The mindset of the Ghanaian people has been primed to value money above everything else. Immediate gratification over future generations. That mindset has to be changed. And we need all to get on board. So this fight is not just a fight for politicians. It's also a fight for the social forces. The social forces must begin to use their platforms like we are doing to let people see the ills. We are showing the pictures. For 6 hours, we'll do that today. God bless the pastors who did this last week. But it shouldn't just be 1 or 2 pastors. Because the penetration of the church in the community is very deep. We're talking about the last mile. The last mile. Look, in the eastern region, the Presby Church is very powerful. In the Kwapim areas, in the Achim areas, the Presby Church has deep roots. If they take a principled stance and they write letters to their catechists, the headmasters, the students who are refusing to go to school, the people who come to their communities and come and give young girls money to sleep with them out of Galamsey. These are the things we should be talking about. This fight is not just a political fight. And we are really hoping that those listening to us will join the fight to say, whatever platform I have been given, I will use it. Because if we don't do something drastic in the next decade, it will be catastrophic for the country.
Now,
we'll read the final round of messages before we do our next batch of interviews.
Yes,
Nathan.
yes. This one says, Bernard, there are church elders directly involved. I know this for a fact because I spoke to one. Hey. Kofi from Amasaman says, the government can stop Galamsey if it wants to. The problem is the lack of political will.
Yes.
Government to sacrifice anything for political power. It's sad. This one says, the worst roads in the eastern region are from New Ebrem to Otumi, a section of the Jasun Swam Road, a best alternative from Kumasi to Accra. It's so surprising that almost all the communities around Ebrem has all these have Galamsey, except Ebrem land. So the chief has a major role to play. Righteous from Ebrem. This one says, what will happen if all mining, legal or illegal, was stopped for 4 years? I feel sick about this water pollution menace, Fred Owari, in airport. Some messages quickly, some announcements. Heritage Christian University College is here. They are Namasaman behind the Olympics team. I don't know if you saw it on your way, Bernard. But they have a wide range of undergrad and master's programs as well. Call them on 0547 777 or visit their website hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. And there's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market. It's called Twisco. It's from the producers of Cowbell. It's made from a blend of premium cocoa powder and enriched with NF4, giving you great energy all day long. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco. Empower your dream. And this ad is FDA approved. It's a long day, and it's at the end of a long day. You want to sleep, but the mattress is not giving you the chance to because you compromise. You bought a wrong mattress. Go to Latex Foam because they prioritize your safety and your comfort above every other thing. Call them on 0322 008499 or visit them online, latexfoamghana.com. Latex Foam is your partner for life.
All right, we have a couple of interviews coming up. Certified strategy professionals will be speaking to us shortly. We'll also be speaking about the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition. And Gersal is 5. We'll be having a big event tomorrow. We'll speak to them today. But are you always on the move but can't afford to miss the Premier League? Then know that the Premier League is about to come alive on your phone. Step into the Premier League with Showmax. Catch all 380 games on your phone, no matter where you are. Your favorite teams are just a tap away. For only 55 cedis, sign up to the Premier League plan on showmax.com. Create your account, download the Showmax app on your phone today, and you're good to go. Showmax is your stadium on the move. And exciting news from Coca-Cola. We're thrilled to announce the return of a favorite Coca-Cola original regular taste in 300 ml glass bottle. You can buy now and enjoy the refreshing taste of Coca-Cola with the convenience of returning your glass bottles for reuse. Dive into a world of flavor with Coca-Cola, Fanta and Sprite, all offered in the iconic 300 ml returnable glass bottle at the magical price of 3 cedis 50 pesos. For those who prefer a different twist, it's also available in 30 cl recyclable PET bottles priced at 6 Ghana cedis. For more details, go to our social media pages at Coca-Cola_GH. And get ready for the 4th edition of the Ghana Digital Innovation Week. The host Consortium National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Ghana Hubs Network and Impact Investing Ghana are set to gather over 6,000 attendees, 45 exhibitors with over 40 insightful sessions to propel the growth and development of the country's digital innovation sector. It's on the theme Innovate Together, collaborating for digital transformation and impact. Between 2nd and 4th October at the Accra International Conference Center. Visit gdiw.com.gh for more information.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently currently open for our 2024 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Mommy and Daddy, please make us happy with a DSTV decoder. We want to laugh out loud with Cartoon Network's hilarious shows like Mr. Magoo, Lego DC Superhero Girls, and Pokemon Horizons. Help us to discover new worlds with CBB's Ranger Hamza Echo Quest and Nickelodeon's Camp Coral. We will also tune in to Disney Junior and DreamWorks.
Keep your kids entertained whilst they are on holidays. Dial *759# to renew your subscription today. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody gets your own. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244 313 368 or 0540 111 978 or 0202 021 175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Hey, my friend, let us walk quickly and get away from this dog. Indeed, we should. Amadu's dog can be wild sometimes. You know what? It is safer to walk away from it. Hey, this dog won't stop barking at us. It's even getting closer. Who knows if it has rabies or not? That dangerous disease.
Wait, gentlemen. Our dog is in chains and would not come near you. My husband ensures Bingo, our dog, is vaccinated annually to prevent rabies.
Rabies is a disease that can cause severe illness and death among animals and humans. Rabies is spread through the saliva of a dog or a cat that has the rabies virus when that animal bites or scratches someone or another animal. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year to protect them from rabies and keep them healthy. Remember, no bites, no scratch, no rabies. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year. For further information, please contact your nearest health facility. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service, Veterinary Services, USAID, and partners.
Get ready for the 4th edition of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. It is another year to celebrate milestones in Ghana's digital innovation ecosystem. The host consortium, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Ghana Hubs Network, and Impact Investing Ghana is set to gather over 6,000 attendees, 45 exhibitors with over 40 insightful sessions to propel the growth and development of the country's digital innovation sector. Theme: Innovate Together, collaborating for digital transformation and impact. Join the GDIW in shaping the future of digital innovation on the 2nd to 4th October 2024 at the Accra International Conference Center. Meanwhile, if you're in these 6 regions, Northern, Upper West, Ashanti, Bono East, Eastern, and Western region, GDIW train will stop at your end from 3rd to 19th September. Visit gdiw.com.gh. Register to book your seats for free. Let's collaborate for a digital Ghana. Be part of this change. Be part of the future.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
22 minutes past 9. I have in studio Dr. Jeff Bassey from the Institute of Leadership and Strategy to talk about the Certified Strategy Professional Program. Good morning, Doc. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having us.
So tell me about the Institute of Leadership and Strategy. What do you guys do there?
So basically, as our name connotes, our area of focus is in leadership and strategy.
Okay.
And we develop basically managers into executive and C-suite roles. We've been around for a while now, and by God's grace, we've had several persons. I mean, from the GCB banks, from the Ghana Ports and Harbors, just one will bring their, chief finance officers and a few other persons. And so basically, if you are in a management role and you want to move further into senior management roles, C-suite executive roles. We feel that the part of that journey is about your ability to lead at the top and also to understand the strategy that speaks to the heart of every organization and their growth.
So tell me about the Certified Strategy Professional Program, the CSP program.
Right, Bernard. So there are so many professionals and managers out there who do bits and pieces of strategy works in the organization.
Okay.
But there's really no formal recognition for your work as a strategy professional. And we feel that, listen, if you want that recognition both at the local and the international level, you got to go through a professional body's body of knowledge and then be certified as a professional in strategy. So for all those practicing professionals, officers in organizations, and practicing managers who want that recognition, as a professional in strategy, here is the opportunity for them to do so. So you would have been going through the rigorous, training, sit for the professional examination. There are people who come through who would say, well, I'm not really interested in the examination. And so you have an internal executive certificate. But if you want that professional recognition like the project management guys do, like the accountants do, then you need to sit for the professional bodies exam, and the global professional body for strategy will certify you as a professional. And that certification is recognized nearly everywhere.
What's the structure and duration of the course?
Yep. So it's an 8-week course.
Okay.
And you either take your tuition on Saturdays, that's about 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., of course, with a full 1-hour lunch break in between. But in the event that you miss the Saturday class, you can make up for Tuesday and Wednesday evenings.
Okay.
So Saturday is about 5 hours straight. Otherwise, you make up for Tuesday, Wednesday evenings virtually. So 2 options to study: Saturday physical, weekday evening online, only 2 days. And the good thing is that we know we deal with very, very busy professionals. So they have the liberty to switch in between the 2 options every week as it suits your schedule. Now, the key modules that you go through in order to write the examination are organizational strategy, module number 1. Module number 2 is strategic planning, strategic business planning. So you understand the whole idea of planning for an organization and how to come up with a strategic planning document. Module number 3 is competitive and growth strategies. Module number 4 is the fundamentals of project management. Module 5 is effective change management. Change management is a leadership and strategy agenda. And to be able to cause that transformation in the organization, you got to understand the fundamentals of leadership and strategy. Then module number 6 is on business models and critical thinking. And then module 7, aligning people, culture, and strategy. We all know culture will always have strategy for breakfast. So if you understand strategy, you must appreciate how to align culture to drive the strategy. And module number 8 is organizational leadership and strategy execution. A lot of strategies do not see the light of day because there is no leadership power behind them. And I always say that employees, workers, do not follow documented plans. They follow the leaders behind those plans, the leadership ability behind those plans. So these are the major ones, modules. Now, after the 8 weeks, for those who intend to write a professional certification exam, there's additional 4 weeks, more like a support system to help to prepare them write the professional certification exam, which, by the way, is a 1-day exam conducted every day throughout the year. So you only pick 1 day to go through the examination, and on your passing, just 62% your passing, you have a professional recognition as a strategy professional that can propel your career.
So who qualifies to enroll for this program?
Basically, as much as we target practicing managers, officers, etc., the minimum qualification the professional body requires is a first degree.
Okay.
And first degree in nearly anything, any area. So once you have a bachelor's degree, minimum. Otherwise, strategy is a managerial thing. You also want to be sure that you have some level of corporate exposure here and there, and then you are able to appreciate the issues, write and pass your examination.
So when does the next cohort start, and how does one register?
Our next cohort is taking off on October 26th. 26th October. That's a Saturday. That is for the physical guy, those who want to come physically. Otherwise, the following Tuesday, Wednesday, the online option will also take off. And you simply will want to contact our hotline to have all the fine details, the fee, how to register, etc. You can either call, or I encourage listeners actually to just send a quick WhatsApp since you have heard the information here. And that number is 020-822-4565.
All right. The number again.
020-822-4565. You just WhatsApp your name to that number, and we'll give you every single information you require to be enrolled into the program.
Wonderful. So if you want a professional certification in leadership and strategy, this is the program to apply for. It's flexible, 8 weeks of lessons, another extra 4 weeks if you want to take the exam, and there are various options available. The number is not to call but to WhatsApp 020-822-4565. Final comments, Doc.
Yeah, what I want to say is that, Bernard, I've been through quite a number of organizations in this country facilitating leadership and strategy sessions. And I want to say that managers who really want to be positioned for executive roles must demonstrate effective understanding on areas of growing total assets for the company, increasing market share. All of these things speak to the core of leadership and strategy. If you really are serious about that executive role, that C-suite executive role, you want to be sure that you arm yourself with issues of leadership and strategy that will propel you over there. It's just an 8-week, and for those who write the exam, additional support system of 4 weeks, and you can have recognition as a strategy expert that can get you recognized in nearly every part of the world you find yourself.
Don't forget to call or WhatsApp 020-822-4565 for more information and to register for the Certified Strategy Professional Program. You can WhatsApp your name and they would get in touch with you. It's an 8-week course which is quite useful for those who want certification and just the knowledge as well in leadership and strategy. Thank you, Dr. Bassey, for being on the show today.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Stepping out, stepping out, stepping out, stepping out. Open sesame, here comes Rastaman. Abacadabra, catch me if you can. I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Stepping out, stepping out. Oh, I'm stepping out, stepping out. Invisible music, beam me up to the cradle of sound. Rhythm and dance. You cannot see it nowhere on earth. Can this reggae be found?
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Rain down, rain down, rain down, brimstone, thunder and lightning, hurricane, ooh, cyclone.
9:32 Citi Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning, 16th day of the month of September. Big things happening on the show today. The Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition, the much awaited, long awaited, happening this year. And I have the Director for Business Development Services of the AGI, Johnson Opoku-Boateng, in the studio with Margot Pichura, Program Officer, Economic, Private Sector and Trade Section, Delegation of the EU to Ghana. Big event happening starting tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Johnson, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
And Margot, it's good to have you as well.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. What is the driving force behind this industrial summit and exhibition?
Well, Bernard, I think that for refresher, right? This is the biggest event for industry captains in Ghana.
Okay.
You know, so once a year we bring all of them together for 3 days to actually speak to the issues on the economy, investment, SME development, and so on and so forth. So it's a platform that the Association of Ghana Industries have actually established to ensure that we are able to at least meet once a year to talk about what is happening within the economy, and then we now prefer solutions to them. Yes.
What's the focus? What's the theme for this year?
So we are talking about promoting value chains for competitive industrial development. You remember last year it was on supply chains, okay? And this year we are looking at value chains. So in terms of supply chains, we are looking at the various streams that actually support industry, right? So right from raw materials, packaging, logistics, and so on. But this year we are talking about how activities to add value from one step of the process to the other until it reaches the consumer. And so that is what we are looking at this year.
I like that.
Yes.
Value chains.
Yes.
So Margo, tell me why the EU has decided to support the summit and exhibition this year.
Sure. For us at the European Union in Ghana, it has become already a tradition to support AGI in organizing the event.
All right.
It's like 5th time that we've been doing so. And it's for a number of important reasons, because we believe that we share the same objectives of advancing industrial development in Ghana. It's also because the EU is the major trade partner for Ghana. We observe the trade statistics and we see that ever since we have signed the EPA, the Economic Partnership Agreement, back in 2016, our mutual trade exchange have been increasing year by year, which is fantastic. And this is also inscribed in our strategy of support to the AGI. And then the next thing I can mention is that at the European Union, we have since about 3 years the EU Global Gateway Strategy. It's a strategy of investing in critical infrastructure as well as value chains worldwide in our best partner countries, including Ghana. So this event is really inscribed in what we believe and in what we want to pursue in our cooperation.
Wonderful. So in what capacity is the EU supporting the summit and exhibition this year?
Yeah, it's as usually, we support it logistically, we support program building, we bring some speakers, and we do also some other kind of support, like going to the radio.
And coming to speak on air.
Exactly,
like you're doing today.
exactly. But let me tell you a bit more about the program, because this is what is the most interesting this year. AGI has prepared already a fantastic major chunk of it, but we have one session in the afternoon of 18th of September, on Wednesday. It's on agribusiness, challenges and opportunities for agribusiness in Ghana, and including digital technologies uptake. So it will start actually with a presentation by of an EU-financed research study recently completed by Council of Industrial and Scientific Research. A researcher, Dr. Rose Omari, will come and she will speak to the public about recommendations, outcomes, and then we will follow by a panel with Ghana Agribusiness Chamber, European Chamber of Commerce, think tanks, and practitioners of agribusiness. So I would really like everyone to pay attention and try and come to this EU session.
Johnson, tell me about other details. She's giving me a reason to come and listen to that panel.
Yes.
What else is happening? Who are the speakers? What are the other topics?
Great. So this year we are going to have Honorable Katie Hammond come to open the event tomorrow.
The Minister for
Trade and Industry. Yes. Yeah. And then he'll be accompanied by Mr. Blewett, the MTN CEO, Madam Kusi Yankiaye, the GA CEO, and then the VRE Chief Executive, Mr. Emmanuel Nchidakwa. They will always all be there tomorrow morning to actually open the event. And then we have speakers from policy angle. So the Ministry of Trade is going to be looking at policy framework on value chains, and then Dr. Fusudote is going to be looking at a blue ocean approach to value chain development. And so it's a Dr. Fusudote, you know, I mean, yeah. And then we're going to have someone from the After Secretariat. So Dr. Farid is going to be looking at the regional integration part of it on value chains. For day 2, the discussions will be centering on about 6 value chains. Okay, so we're going to be having the auto, we're going to be having the textiles, and we're going to have pharma. Okay, so these are 3
textiles
and pharma. All right, so Dr. Lucia will be taking pharma, Ms. Adobia Siama Boaji will be taking auto, and then we have one person from Votastar Dunyo also taking textiles.
Wow.
Then we're going to be having three other discussions on the branch session. We're going to be looking at cassava, okay, so that agribusiness chamber are going to take that. We're going to look at the fruit value chain, so Davis Kobo of Fitch is going to be looking at that. And then we're going to have cosmetics, so Brenda Francisco Puku, that's the CEO of Solution Oasis, is going to take cosmetic value chains. So that is a well-packed event for day 2. And then the afternoon, the EU will take their session. Margot has already spoken about that. Day 3 is the energy day. And so we are getting the Minister of State, the Minister of Energy, Honorable Krapa, to come and open that session with the VRA. And then after that, we're going to be talking about the value chains that connects to our renewable energy. So we are looking at solar and other renewable energy. VRA will be core in that. And they are also trying to come up with some value added services, and so they're going to launch that at the program. So this is the full bouquet of things that we're going to do, but we are having side events. So we are going to have a discussion with the cocoa value chains tomorrow in the afternoon. Very great program that we need to be looking at. ITC is supporting that with the cocoa board,
International Trade Center.
Yes. Then day 2, you know, AGI Women in Business, okay, led by Madam Grace Amiobing. One, we look at them as a sector within AGI. They are going to celebrate their 5th anniversary, and they're going to do that in conjunction with Plan International, who are also celebrating about 50 women that through the AGI we mentored. So that will be day 2. And day 3, we're going to have another event by the ITC, hoteliers. We want to promote chocolate, drinking. So normally you say snack break, you say coffee break, or you say tea break, right? Now we want to have a cocoa break. Yeah. So on the 3rd day, that's what we're going to be talking about. And Bernard, what I want you to take note, and I want you to be there on the 3rd day in the afternoon, is the EPC, Entrepreneur Pitch Contest. Okay. GIZ is sponsoring, McGill University is sponsoring. There's a program called In Kabum. We'll talk about that later. And that is supported by MasterCard.
Wow.
They are sponsoring that as well. And I need you to be there to actually give some support to our young entrepreneurs who are actually coming up brilliantly in Ghana.
You are firing on all cylinders, and it looks like a very packed day. You've already made reference to the agribusiness program. Just tell me about generally what aspects of the program you highlight, and you've been doing this for I think 5 years. Have they brought any results as EU supports the AGI in this summit? Has there been any results brought in by your support so far?
Oh yeah, definitely. So at the EU we have a big cooperation wing of our presence here in Ghana, and particularly in terms of agribusiness, we will be showcasing at the event that we have results working with agri-entrepreneurs and supporting them for a variety of inputs that are needed to be successful as an agri-entrepreneur or as a farmer. So let me mention, we've been working with UN agencies such as ITC or UNIDO to support the value chain development, and so we speak about quality of production, of post-harvest, in case of we have a project we'll be showcasing for coffee, so entrepreneurs have been also taught the brewing techniques. But we also have extensive agri support in the north of the country, because north is important for us, and there is the big market-oriented agribusiness program there that has supported many value chains such as yam, peanut, groundnut, soya, and you name it, beans. So we support many, and then also on access to finance, We've already provided loans to agri-entrepreneurs through Sina Piaba. They have received EU funds to increase their loan capacity, and we are happy that hundreds of entrepreneurs have been benefiting.
Thank you, Margot. Let me come back to Johnson as we try and wrap this up. So, who are the sponsors, and then how can people get involved in the conference?
Great. So let's. I want to say a big thank you to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, because they have been very close to this event over the years. This is the 7th edition that we are having. The European Union, of course. I mean, Margot and her team, and we want to thank the ambassador for having faith in this program. Volta River Authority. MTN, everywhere you go, they are a major partner on this. And then the Ghana Enterprises Agency is a major partner. There are other sponsors. We have Plan International Ghana. We have ITC. We have the Bui Power. We have the Shippers Authority. We have Ghana Stock Exchange, GIZ, McGill University. We have UNIDO Wacom. We have the Chamber of Agribusiness also supporting us. And then for the media partners, of course, Citi, we've been with you on this for all these years. But this year we added some support from TV3, Joy, and then we have a few others, Business and Financial Times and Daily Graphic. So these are the people who are doing the support. And let me take this opportunity to thank Citi for actually spreading the news about the summit.
Wonderful.
Johnson
Opoku Boateng, Director of Business Development Services, AGI. Margot Pitura, Program Officer, Economic, Private Sector and Trade, Delegation of the EU to Ghana. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, before you sign off, so if you want to be a part of this, you can call 020-999-6002.
All right.
That is 020-999-6002. So see you tomorrow morning.
Start
at the Accra International Conference Center.
17 to 19 September.
Yes.
Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
From the comforting hugs and reconnecting moments to the thoughtful eulogies, funerals, whether big or small, must be dignifying. And that's what Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium was set up for. From our state-of-the-art facilities for preserving remains, through our 450-seater chapel to our meticulously managed cemetery, we've got these and everything else you might need in one place. So if sending a loved one off in a dignified manner matters to you, reach out to Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium immediately you lose a loved one. Call us on 050-953-2409 or visit us lashibifuneralhomes.com. Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium. Dignity for the deceased, comfort for the bereaved.
Hey, my friend, let us walk quickly and get away from this dog. Indeed we should. Amadu's dog can be wild sometimes.
You know what? It is safer to walk away from it.
Hey, this dog won't stop barking at us. It's even getting closer. Who knows if it has rabies or not? That dangerous disease.
Wait, gentlemen. Our dog is in chains and would not come near you. My husband ensures Bingo, our dog, is vaccinated annually to prevent rabies.
Rabies is a disease that can cause severe illness and death among animals and humans. Rabies is spread through the saliva of a dog or a cat that has the rabies virus when that animal bites or scratches someone or another animal. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year to protect them from rabies and keep them healthy. Remember, no bites, no scratch, no rabies. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year. For further information, please contact your nearest health facility. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service, Veterinary Services, USAID and partners.
I like my mind peace. That's why I go get my Bampo insurance from Holland Life. Just yesterday, my Abusha Penny asked everybody to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis for a penny funeral. But Masa, Nukreni, and Mosomekora. My Bambo helped me cover cost of funeral and any disability cost by paying 2 Ghana cedis per Bushumibia. A simple cry.
Yes, with as little as 2 Ghana cedis, you too can have peace of mind about cost of injury and funeral by simply registering securing with Mibambo Insurance from Hollard Life. Just dial *269# on MTN or Telecel and follow the prompts. It's really that simple. Enjoy peace of mind today, knowing your tomorrow is covered. Mibambo Insurance, made for you.
Are you searching for a world-class conferencing facility to elevate your next event? Do you need a bougie look for that all-important corporate, board meeting, or private social event? The Alisa Hotel Pavilion at Northridge. Our expansive conference center comfortably seats 1,000 persons in a theater-style setup. This makes it ideal for large conferences and exhibitions. Where there is the need to break out, the conference center seamlessly converts into 2 separate breakout rooms. With the importance of seamless technology integration, our facilities are equipped to support your audiovisual needs. Looking for an oasis of bliss? Saunter into our Oasis Lounge and enjoy your juicy lamb chops, steaks, and burgers. We have alfresco dining for nature lovers in our lush manicured lawns. The Alisa Hotel Pavilion, where great minds convene and beautiful memories are created.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Time check, 11 minutes to 10. Gersal is 5 years old. Hooray. And I have in studio the CEO, the COO, and the CTA. Charlie, big people. Kwesi as the CEO of Gersal. Kwesi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard.
Congrats on your new position.
Thank you very
I think
much.
you took over not too long ago.
Yes, just barely 2 months.
Wonderful. Kwesi as the CEO. Techi Sraha is the Chief Technical Advisor. Techi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again. Samuel Yeboah is the COO, Chief Operating Officer. Samuel, welcome to the show as well.
Thank you, Bernard.
I've always tried to remember what Gersal stands for. It's too long, so I don't know what it stands for. So you should tell us. Maybe you, Samuel, since it's your first time you are here. Okay. Gersal, Ghana.
Incentive-based
risk
sharing system for agric lending.
Allah. Ghana incentive-based risk sharing system for agric lending.
What? Bernard, you know the meaning and spirit of what we do is in the name.
Yeah.
Incentive-based.
So by the time you say the whole name, you know what we do. But yes, it's a mouthful. That's why we call it Gersal.
And what role do you play in the agric financing ecosystem?
Well, Bernard, you know, we are agric finance support providers.
Okay.
So we do a number of things to support financing to agric. First of all, we provide comfort in the form of credit guarantee, so the banks can lend more and lend better, lend at better rates, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Secondly, we also provide technical support. You know, lending goes with technical stuff when it comes to agric. So we need to support the banks to understand the industry so they can lend better. And last but not the least...
So technical support is to the banks?
To the banks.
Yes. Wonderful.
Yes. Last but not the least, we're also working with other partners in the ecosystem to try to improve the environment. You know, you can have all the money, you can have the demand and the supply, but if the policy framework and other supportive things are not there, the lending may not be effective. So those are 3 of the key things that we do.
Which banks do you work with?
Currently, Bernard, there are about 35 financial institutions that have signed on to benefit from our services.
Okay.
18 of these are commercial banks. 8 are savings and loans and development finance institutions. And 9 are rural and community banks.
Wow. So all over?
All over.
Commercial banks, savings and loans, DFIs, and also rural banks.
And I would say about 18 of them are very actively using the guarantee to leverage loans to benefit.
So make it easy for me. I have a big farm. I need money to expand, to build a pack house. And I go to a bank. What does Gersal do to make it easy for me to get the money?
Okay, so as Gersal, we don't deal directly with you. So you go to your bank.
All right.
And you take your technical proposal to the bank. Yes. So what we do is, when the bank is interested in your project and they want to finance, they will share your project with us. And together, we work with them to understand your project, to be able to structure the loan so that it benefits you. So you may not know that GESA is involved.
Because obviously, Agric has different timelines. So if I'm doing cashew, for example, there's a certain period I need the money before I can do my...
Right. So let's say you are going to plant cashew. It will take 3-4 years to start fruiting. And maybe economic yield will start 5-6 years. So with our interaction with the banks, we help them to be able to structure the loan so that...
In a way that works.
That's right.
For me.
So that you can produce, generate the revenue to be able to pay for the loan.
And you've done this for 5 years. How would you say you've impacted the agri-financing sector in the past 5 years?
Okay. Thank you very much, Bernard. Before, for a bank to lend to Agric, it was quite difficult.
Yep.
Because there was fear of the banks losing their monies. Thinking this perception that lending to Agric is very risky. So with GESA coming on board, we are able to demystify that fear by assuring them that we have the technical capacity to help them appraise those businesses that they think originally they are risky. The risks are there, but there are mitigants. So once we look at the risks, we are able to explain it to them very well, and the mitigation strategies also. They have the comfort that they will be able to lend and they will not lose their money. So over the past 5 years, we've done that, and the banks are now very comfortable to go into Agric lending.
So you said that...
In addition to that, what Sam is saying, building that capacity, the banks have been able to leverage our guarantee to lend over 1.2 billion to agribusiness within the sector. And I must say that for most of the projects, without the GESA guarantee, maybe the bank would not have...
1.2 billion cedis in the past 5 years to Agric. All right. You said you deal with the banks, but can an agribusiness come to you directly? Do you provide any services for farmers or agribusinesses?
So let me take that. Before I take that, I want to hit you a few more numbers. Right? You mentioned 1.2 billion, but I want to put it in context. This 1.2 is gone to over 137 agribusinesses. They have benefited. Now, this includes the largest integrated rice operation in Ghana. Never done before. This also includes a number of very large poultry farms. This also includes the first ever indigenous rubber processing plant in Ghana, for which we're replicating for 2 or 3 more others.
Interesting.
It's not just the numbers. Beyond that, there are over 28,000 farmers who have benefited indirectly. Close to 3,000 jobs have been affected, directly, indirected, and so on and so forth. But even if you put all the numbers aside, there are real stories of farmers who can tell you that because of the loans that they've got, they've been able to expand their farms, they've been able to get technology, they've been able to produce, and so on and so forth. So that is the impact that we have. Now to your question. At the moment, I think the key thing is that as long as an agribusiness is able to get the loan that they need, get the amount that they need, get it disbursed at the time that they need, and is able to pay on the terms that favors them, they are fine. Whether or not they know GESA exists or whether they can come to us, it's not really the key thing. However, we have a plan in future to extend our services to the demand side as well. So I guess when we talk about the future outlook,
let's talk actually now about the 5th anniversary. We'll talk about the outlook at the end. So you have a 5th anniversary launch and what is called the Rubber Conference. Talk to me about that. What can we expect there?
Okay, so we have 5 years. And Bernard, GESA started as a baby of the Bank of Ghana. I mean, 2014, and together with Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Finance, GESA was giving birth in 2019, where we started operationalization. So the anniversary is to celebrate our 5 years and also some of the results and impact that we've made. And in addition to that, we also support all the priority agricultural commodities in this country. But then we decided to select one that has great potential, for farmers, agribusiness, and the economy to showcase that value chain in terms of the challenges, the opportunities there for growth. So the rubber conference is to bring stakeholders together. That was the second part of that celebration on tomorrow to discuss that industry. And rubber value chain. I mean, I'm talking about the natural rubber. The market out there is very big. We're talking about 65 billion worth market. But currently, our export is around 130 million.
So it's a lot
more than we can.
grow.
Yeah. So we want to showcase.
You want to highlight the potential in rubber.
Yeah.
So are you trying to convince bankers, or you are trying to convince businesses to move into rubber?
Both bankers and businesses. That, though it's a long gestation crop that takes between 6-7 years when you plant to start generating money. But as a farmer, if you go into invest in rubber, once you start tapping, for 10 months within a year, you see revenue.
Wow, so it's a high return.
Right. If I'm 10 years older,
we have just a minute to go. So
Okay,
just to
let me
find
just
out
add something to what
we
you
don't
said.
have time for you to add.
Yes.
Just tell me finally.
Yes.
So the event is happening tomorrow, and is everybody invited? What else do we need to know about the event? Because I'm sure there will be more opportunities to talk about the rubber conference later on. So just tell me tomorrow, where is it happening? Is it open to the public? What are we expecting tomorrow?
Okay, so tomorrow is happening at Marriott Hotel.
Yeah.
The public is invited. We've invited selected, businesses and individuals. But for the rubber sector, because we want to showcase what we've done over the period, and we want to encourage the banks and the individuals to go into it, we are inviting the public to come and listen to Gersa's success story.
Future outlook for Gersa?
Okay, I'll try and summarize it. Number one, Bernard, as we do more and more with the banks, there'll come a time when they'll be comfortable. They may not need a guarantee. So we'll transition to supporting more high-risk projects and then providing technical support. Number two, I think there'll come a time when the banks will look to us to manage the agri portfolios for them. So outsource to us, we have the expertise, we can manage and monitor it for you, and you focus on the financing.
I like that. And tomorrow the event will be live on air on Citi FM and Channel 1 television. You can tune in and follow for yourself, not just the 5th anniversary launch, but also the rubber conference and some opportunities within the sector. Thank you very much,
Bernard, before we go, let me just say something. I need to acknowledge some of our partners.
Okay.
So permit me just 1 minute.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to say a very big thank you to the Ministry of Finance, our shareholder. They've done a wonderful job in supporting us. Another big thank you to our board. I think we have one of the best boards in Ghana. It's amazing the kind of support and the governance that they've given us. And our foremost partner, Development Bank Ghana. We've done so much with them, and we have a lot of plans of doing things with them on co-guarantees, training, capacity building, and so on and so forth. And then finally, the 35 financial institutions that we've partnered with. We're doing an amazing job together, and we look forward to doing more in the future.
Thank you. Kwesidu as the CEO, Tetisra as the CT advisor, Chief Technical Advisor. Almost said CTO. And then Samuel, your boy, is the CEO. Thank you for being on the show, gentlemen. Gersal is 5. Hooray!
Thank you.
We'll get into the news. A few quick announcements. Latex Foam is holding out as the best when it comes to foam products. We prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and get high quality mattresses and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Call 0302-231-155 or go to latexfoamghana.com for more information. Don't forget, there's an exciting new chocolate beverage on the market from the producers of Cowbell. Let's talk about Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with Enerforts, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins including B, C, and D. Start your day with a cup of great-tasting Twisco and power your dream. And the holiday season may be over, but your kids' fun has not ended. Join Go TV and watch Nickelodeon, Disney Junior, Jim Jam, all available with characters like Dora, Mickey Mouse, Mash, SpongeBob, and Henry Danger. Dial star 759 to stay connected. And of course, if you want to get lucky, dial star 712 has to get your ticket. We're talking about a life-changing event. Yes. When you hear the catchy jingle, it's your cue to pay attention. It could be your lucky day. Luck is on its way to you and your community. So stay sharp. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. And finally, CFO Mobility is Ghana's premier one-stop shop for all mobility needs. Contact them on 0302 742 100 and come to any of their showrooms for more information about some beautiful branded vehicles. We're talking Mercedes trucks, and we're also talking Toyota forklifts and a wide range of tires for various applications. Call CFO on 0302 742 090. Time for the news at 10 with Hawa. Good morning, Hawa Idrisu.
Good morning, Bernard.